Hello and hey, howdy, hey to all you wonderful people out there in internet land. Welcome back to Auzi Live, where we're going to be drawing some thingamadoos. Hello, Fizzy, and hello. That's probably Z watching the stream right now, but like, hello, everyone. Whether you're here live or not, and Z is here with me. Hello, Z.
Hello.
All right, and that and we are gonna go ahead and pick up back where we left, exactly where we left off, because I didn't touch. Well, that's not true. I didn't touch absolutely nothing. I did put the eyelashes on, but otherwise, that's pretty much all I've done since the last time we saw this. All right.
This is what I have so far on the human design. I'm probably going to change the shirt a bit, to be honest, but other than that, that's basically what I got.
Fair. That's entirely fair.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey.
Ba-doom.
Anyway, hello.
Oh, Bella! It's the girls here. We got Fizzy and Bella, best friends.
Wow.
Happy Tuesday.
Oh, remember
indeed.
that? Remember that one time when Bella was the only one? No, wait. It was either Fizzy. No, Fizzy was the only one here, and Bella wasn't. And it was like the weirdest feeling.
I mean, there were still plenty of other people in the stream. It's not that weird.
I know, but it was a weird feeling because they're always there together.
I mean, together, so to speak, and like they're in different parts of the planet, so.
True, but still.
That was a weird feeling.
It's a very weird feeling.
This is kind of weird. Where's my friend? Where's SpongeBob? Anyway, we're done. We're done with SpongeBob. I finished the animation, and we did the the thing. And I swear this live stream is just an experiment and a failure of audio engineering, because I'm constantly always changing the volume levels. I don't want to hurt your guys' ears or anything. I just want to make sure you all can hear me. You know, because like I get really loud, but I also get really quiet at the same time. It's like, where's the in between? I have no in between voice. It's either really quiet or really loud. I have no indoor voice. Just don't. Yeah. I have no chill, as was clearly demonstrated by my resolve.
I have no chill as well, as we all know.
I think DF
my chill has left the building.
I think DF was having a comment on my lack of chill in the Murmur layer, like in SpongeBob.
Oh yeah?
It's like, Comic, are you okay? Maybe you should calm down. I am calm! Or it was something like, I'll calm down when I damn well feel like it. Damn dirty ape. DF
has the most chill, probably. Most likely.
Ah, yes. Also, as a forewarning, welcome to Auzi Live, where the topic of discussion will vary wildly in one stream, and I'll always forget what happened in previous streams. So, like, if I already mentioned something before, I will repeat myself, because I am a forgetful buffoon. I am a buffoon. I never remember things. Like, everybody mentions their names of their dogs, and I don't remember any of them. Don't. It's like, unless I've known someone for a long time, I am really bad with names.
Oh, look,
and you know,
it's unknown.
Unknown account, hello. And of course, internet usernames are also pretty easy to remember as well. Never forget an internet icon when it really sticks with you. So, when was the last time I watched the stream outside in the park? That's a good question. I would not know the answer. Oh, man. Okay. You know, before I press on too much...
Have you seen Centaur World?
Who, me?
Yes.
No. Not yet. Look, look, Thursday's coming up. I have nothing going on Thursday. I'll make some time on Thursday just to binge watch it. It's only 10 episodes. It should be like a breeze and a half.
Yes.
Just, yeah.
Do it.
Darn it.
It's so good. It's really weird, but it's
Is
so
DF
good.
the most mature out of all of you?
Probably.
I mean, it depends on what you mean. I mean...
She's the mom.
I'm
She's gonna be the one with Band-Aids at Disneyland.
I don't know. I think it's a toss-up between DF and DF and Victoria. I think out of the like 5 of us, I think. Yeah. Because I'm just a lonely horny bastard, and like DF.
Since when were you the horny one?
ZD is also.
I'm trying to think of a time when you were horny.
On stream?
It's very difficult.
Well, on stream, yeah, pretty difficult to find those examples. Man. Let's see. Most likely not gonna lose her mind. Haven't seen it either. I will as soon as after I binge The Owl House with my big sis. Yay! Do it! Anyway, what am I doing? I'm so indecisive. Just, you know, I'll make changes to the drawing as I go. At least if there's anything I can think of as I go, I'll make changes. Okay, let's see. Josephine's arm. What? What?
I was yawning.
That was a weird ass yawn. It sounded like a old man trying to take a dump.
Yeah.
Here on Kamikaze Live, we have the most insightful commentary. We are the deep thinkers.
You say a
of
thing
the
and then I
internet.
agree with it.
Real deep
Except
thinkers.
for that thing about cars.
Z, I am going to tell you again.
It was enclosed.
Go
It had wheels.
to the corner with you.
It was. Sounded like you broke your back. Yeah.
Sounded like you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I mean, yeah.
Sounded like one of those death grunts, you know, they always do in comedy, like. Yeah, like that. Oh. How's that for a weird yawn?
The reason why I asked whether or not you've seen Centaur Wars because I got this freaking song stuck in my head.
This song's
I
gonna
just
get
wanna-
stuck inside your head.
A lot of those songs are like so freaking good. There's one song called Who Is She? And it's just the main character. It's the main character and she's singing Who Is She over and over again and it's really fucking good.
Must have a really enticing melody then.
Hello?
Who? What? Who? What?
Who is it? Who's at the door?
Who's at what door?
Test.
Ah!
Hey,
DF!
DF.
Hey.
You know, we were just talking about you.
Yeah, you're gonna be the mom of the group. You're gonna be the one bringing Band-Aids to Disneyland.
I always bring Band-Aids anyway, so...
Oh my god!
What? I'm a
I
nanny.
was
You
so
always
right.
try to bring...
Somebody asked if DF was if you were like the most mature one in the group, and I was like, probably. She'd probably be the one bringing Band-Aids to Disneyland.
Well, yeah, you never know when you're gonna, get a cut, scrape your knee. Plus, I'm a nanny. You gotta be prepared.
They got nurses' stages and first aid in the park, though. It's like it's a little mildly redundant.
But she has Band-Aids!
I have a whole freaking first aid kit, travel size.
Oh my god!
I think it's just
It's Mama DF!
it's just funny how like Nostradamus Z was in that comment.
Look, I'm not first aid certified for nothing.
Yeah, fair. That's fair. I think considering my line of work, I should be first aid certified, and I think I was for a time, but I'd have to retake the course because I think it's
So wait,
expired by now.
if I was choking on food, would you be able to give me the Heimlich?
Sure.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
thank God, because I have no idea how to do the Heimlich.
Yeah.
It's like it's
It's
like,
like-
here I know
like-
the protocol of first aid. I just am
Oh
not.
shit, who would be giving DF the Heimlich if she was choking on food?
Okay, fine. It's like you want to get it like right below the rib cage, kind of curl your fingers and get behind the person and thrust. I know that sounds weird.
Well, no.
I mean, I learned that. I learned that in health class. I remember my teacher was like, "Okay, this is how you do the Heimlich," and I was like, "Cool." I've completely forgotten ever since.
Well, good news is that you can renew your certification online. Just go to American Heart Association, and that's approved.
All right, I'll take that in.
I mean, I kind of needed that in the pandemic when nothing was going on.
Yeah. So
Okay.
tiny.
I mean, bear in mind, I've also been traveling my whole life, so so my parents kind of train me to be prepared for anything.
Do you know how to do mouth to mouth?
Yes.
Like if somebody were, like if somebody were to like drown.
Yes.
Amazing. She's super prepared, guys. Hey, Miraculous.
Welcome back. It's always good to be prepared. You know, that's true. It's not
Very true.
not unwise to be prepared. Good
Plus,
philosophy.
I was a Girl Scout.
There you go. One philosophy for me is have it and not need it, than need it and not have it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
It's pretty good.
I mean, I always bring a
standard to
book
go
with me.
by.
I'm probably not going to bring it to Disneyland though, because there's no time to read.
There's a
but
lot of shit to do. There's parades.
I mean,
and shows.
I'm
and
going to bring a book on
fireworks.
the plane. That's for sure.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I always bring a book for the plane. I never read it, but I bring one. Just as an option.
It's there.
Considering they make you pay to watch the movies now, like extra, then yeah.
Mhm.
Son of a bitch.
I remember. Okay, Netflix has this like download option. You can, you can download your videos like on the app, so you can watch it offline, and that's what I did when I went to BronyCon in 2019.
I did that
It
with
was very
iTunes.
useful, but now I don't have Netflix anymore.
I did that with iTunes when I had to take the 4-hour train ride from college to home. And
Oh,
yeah, I was like, New Big Bang Theory. Download this episode and I can watch it in the train ride tomorrow.
woo.
Nice.
Have you seen Centaur World?
No,
Dang it.
no, I've been too busy watching The Promised Neverland. I'd not finished it, but I'm like in the middle of season 2.
Oh my god. I saw the first episode and I freaking cried.
It's intense.
I couldn't handle it. It's good. I'm curious of what happens next. But God, I hate it.
It's intense. Yeah.
It's very intense. Ooh!
What?
Happy early birthday, Miraculous. She's
Oh,
gonna be 22
nice.
in 11 days.
Don't know about you, but she's feeling 22.
Ha 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 ha.
Ever since you
The
did that,
number 20.
ever since you did that cover, it's like that's the only thing I can think of whenever I hear the number 22 now.
Well, I was 22, so
That doesn't change the fact that it's burned a thing in my brain.
Wait, you and I are the same age, right?
Who?
yeah, huh?
Are you 26?
I
Yeah.
am 25 right now.
Yeah, I'm 26, but yeah, when I turned 22, I released that adequate cover. I'm not very good at singing pop songs.
Oh my gosh.
Well, what you gonna do?
It
Yeah.
always feels like I'm trying too hard.
I can relate. It's like I'd like to like, you know, take an actual practical course, find a vocal coach, and like train my voice, you know, because like I'm, you know, at least okay, but like as far as my range goes, I can't quite utilize it very well, you know. I just want to.
For me, it depends on the song. I think I'm most comfortable in jazzy type songs.
Bella, do it, Bella.
Sing 22. Nice.
What are we
By the way, hang on, I think I still have the link over here somewhere. Right there. Copy the link. There we go. And now I'm gonna put it over here because everybody needs to hear this amazing cover that Bella did of "Why Don't You Do Right" as heard
I saw that.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Good.
It is
I
so
saw
good. It's so
So
good.
good.
And the art is adorable as well,
Oh, yeah.
as always. You better do that, Miraculous.
I-
You better.
Yeah, apparently that was her first time using Audacity as well, and I'm like, that's your first time using Audacity? Wow.
Turned out really
it sounds
good.
so good.
It's so good. You have such a good voice too. I gotta admit, you got a really chef's kiss. Just what a nice voice.
And you know what? I feel like
I
the rite of passage in the brownie fandom, because I only did the Why Don't You Do Right cover because like Katie Patterson did it, and then like somebody else did it. It was like a trend for a little while.
Choo-choo! All aboard the hype train.
Yeah, it's a rite of passage for anyone who wants to do female covers on YouTube.
You know, I mean, there's got to be a lot of songs like that, you know? Like, there's got to be a lot of songs like that, you know, in terms of, like, fandom specifically, you know? Like,
Yeah, like
what's a fandom-specific female cover for Steven Universe that people tend to do a lot of? Is it, like...
it's over, isn't it?
That's probably it.
I did that one. I
Is
did
it
that one.
over?
And, like...
God, I've been wanting to sing that one.
For Phineas and Ferb, it's probably a toss-up between the Mom's Birthday song and Little Brothers.
I don't... Or Busted.
Oh, Busted!
Oh,
But that's
Busted.
that's a duet, so you kind of got to have another person in on
Okay.
it.
Dude,
Yeah, although I could probably... Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
you
That's
have
what my baby
family
said.
members who sing. You also have a few friends who sing. You can ask any one of us.
Well, that's not my point. That wasn't my point.
Bow, chicka, bow, wow. That's what my baby
My
said.
baby said,
Meow,
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 meow. My heart starts pumping, chicka chicka choo wow. Never gonna stop, chicka chicka choo me.
I love you.
Okay. Here's a good question to postulate while I keep. Man, I'm really defining the muscle in her legs, which is good because she's supposed to be toned. I gotta ask of the audience and what haves, and everybody here in the call as well. And we'll go ahead and like go around in a circle and just ask the questions. We're not gonna stop. We're never gonna stop. But I want to ask about like favorite Phineas and Ferb songs. Like just rattle off a bunch of the ones that you really like. Because for me, I a lot of ones that stick out in my mind definitely came from later in the show because they're the most recent and thus they're like they hit different. Obviously, Squirrels in My Pants and Ain't Got Rhythm are gonna be a lot of highlights, right, from the early days
I was
of the
gonna
show.
say ain't got rhythm.
Yeah, it's a really good one. But I also love Living in a Fun House. And, let's see, what's that other one? Yeah, that's not really that. I don't really like that one. Your Aunt Ferb is a pretty good one.
Oh, I loved when they were doing the roller coaster musical episode, and the opening number was just paying tribute to so many Broadway shows, and I could name almost every single one of them.
I was gonna mention that one, but that episode just feels a little, you know, ham-fisted a little bit.
It was meant to be, though.
But some songs I did like. I like Mom Look a lot, and Hey Ferb and the roller coaster songs themselves are actually pretty good. But not a big fan of Back in Gimmelstump or You're Going Down.
Oh, but I liked your going down because I pretty much was raised on '60s girl band music. So, yeah.
Oh, is that what they were doing?
Yes, they were doing like they were doing a a '60s girl band thing from like the Supremes to okay.
There is one thing I really like in that song, and it's the lyric, "Get used to butter 'cause you both are toast." That's a good line. I like that a lot.
and like at one point they do a sort of Charlie's Angels reference too.
The thing is that I never fully hate any of the Phineas and Ferb songs or the genres they do. It's just some songs are a little, they're not bad. They're just not good. They're just not as good.
If you listen to those '60s songs that go something like baby, 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 don't leave me. Like, it's that style.
What about Everything's Better with Perry?
Oh, that one's cute.
It's cute. Come Home Perry is better, though. It will always be better.
This might be a little weird, but I think I have a soft spot for the Doofenshmirtz songs. Like, I mean, I know
I
his
love
voice is obviously...
a lot of his songs. Like, a lot of his songs are the highlight of the show.
Yeah.
Goody Two Shoes' brother and Impress My Professor were the first.
Even I really don't hate Christmas.
That is the quintessential song for people who just, we don't, it's like, well, it's, Christmas is great. Obviously not me. I love Christmas to death.
I really don't hate Christmas. It's funny that his voice is also like so gravelly.
I think when
he sings.
That's actually one of those. It sounds good and he hits all the right notes as well. Like, that's the thing I'll say to anyone: if you're good at singing and you can do a cartoony voice, you can sing in a cartoony voice. It may sound difficult, but it's a lot easier when you get into the practice of it. Especially when it's such an exaggerated voice like Doofenshmirtz is. When it's that exaggerated, it's very easy to hold on to that voice and sing at the same time.
Yeah.
Actually, to quote a lesser figure of the internet nowadays, something that can be said of me is that for me, there's only 2 times of the year: Christmas and "fuck you, when the hell is Christmas."
Oh boy. Another
anyway.
song I like is with the "When We Didn't Get Along." It's like,
that is one of the best.
My life, it seems, is now you're doing battle with a panda from Seattle. I miss the moments when we didn't get along. I actually did a PMV of that one.
with which characters?
It was weird because I did it with like Twilight and Sunset, and then that panda from Seattle was Saitwai. I was being silly.
That sounds like the Sunlight shipping wars.
Exactly. That's and we were enemies. Like, Fairy the Panda was. I didn't mean to hurt you when I wasn't trying to hurt you.
I promise not to hurt you in the right way with cartoonish physical violence. Also,
Aww,
can I point out that Doofenshmirtz's later voice was very, very annoying, and his older voice was much calmer and a little more pleasing to the ear. Can we, at least I think so. You also kind of get that with Cosmo from Fairly Odd Parents as well. What is up with characters with high squeaky voices getting higher and squeakier? I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think SpongeBob is kind of the only character who didn't succumb to that. Which is surprising because his voice was already very screechy to begin with.
One more that was a little more recent because it's so silly. Like, all the convoluted reasons
we pretend to be divorced.
I did a Fluttercord PMV of that just because.
You sound just like him. Oh, no, thank you very much. I pride myself on my older Doofenshmirtz because it sounds a little more soft-spoken and not constantly shrieking. It's just a little more down to earth. Thank you. Actually, that's one of those things that I like. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm going to toot my own horn anyway. Is that I feel like in some instances I can kind of myself physically go through the history of a character's voice. Because there's Walt Disney's Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse. and then like you get two different guys, like particularly Wayne Allen is like in the in between, before, like after Walt Disney and then before Wayne Allen. You kind of have this weird voice for Mickey.
I knew his name. What was it? Like it was. I know he did. I know he also did the Mice and Cinderella. But what was his name?
Cinderella.
Yeah, I was like Jack. No.
Jack Skellington.
No. What am I thinking of?
But then you also have like Wayne Allen's Mickey, which is the Mickey that a lot of us probably grew up with. Like, oh no, oh gosh, hi everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I mean,
and then
I think it was like from I think the Mickey's Christmas Carol from the what was the last? I think the last thing he did might have been Epic Mickey.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Who did the Mickey from the Mickey Mouse shorts?
Well, I'm getting to that. So there's Wayne Allen and then Brett Iwan, who pretty much does exactly the Mickey that Wayne Allen did. It kind of has a slightly different intonation, but it's very similar. Haha. And then Chris Diamantopoulos, who does the voice of Mickey in the newer shorts, who's like, oh hello there, fellas. Oh no! He gets really crazy.
There was one that
like, what happened?
Jimmy. Well, that was the one I was thinking of. And there was like a J McDonald or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
It's like he was the voice of Mickey, like in the Mickey Mouse, the original Mickey Mouse Club. It's like, is everybody ready? And then of course, the final.
Retired from the voice.
And of course, there's the final version of Mickey's voice, because of Alex Hirsch on the Owl House. Hooty hoot, everyone! It's time for my monthly cleaning, hoot hoot! It's like people think a falsetto voice is just a falsetto voice, but there's a range of voices you can do in falsetto. It really is. Because like Alex Hirsch in an interview actually made a comment on like the voice he did for Hootie was based on like, well, Walt Disney, when he was doing a voice, he was just like, oh, I'm a cartoon character now. You know? But it's like,
I will be haunted by my actions forever.
He certainly will be. He certainly will be.
Oh my god.
But oh boy, I've been watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse for the past 2 weeks because I've been babysitting a 13-month-old who loves Mickey and Minnie, and it's like get those songs in my
Mouse Clubhouse.
Yeah, that was mostly Wayne Allen.
You know what I want? I want Chris Diamantopoulos to be the official voice for Mickey forever, so that we can get Mickey Mouse Clubhouse like this. Hey everybody! It's me, Mickey Mouse! Hey, you want to come inside my clubhouse? Well, alright! Let's go!
Yeah, but I'm watching him like, we don't have this Mickey anymore, we don't have this Minnie anymore.
Oh, I almost forgot. I gotta say the magic words! Wouldn't that be really cute? Like a really exaggerated cartoony Mickey in the educational shows. Oh my gosh, I really miss Russi Taylor because she went with some really crazy performance. In fact, everybody really pushed their performances to be insane. And the highlight characters for that would definitely be Russi Taylor, Chris Diamantopoulos, and Bill Farmer, because Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy had the best takes in that show. Anybody remember this line from the Christmas special? Wow, Donald, you look like death!
I don't, but that sounds hilarious.
Which, you mean in the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse one?
No, from the Mickey shorts. It was Duck the Halls.
Well, I missed that one.
Yeah. It was basically... You had no room to talk about last week's conversation? What is the Scribe Wizard
Bella,
talking about?
Why'd you mention hot dog, hot diggity dog? I've had that song in my head for weeks.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
That's a surprise tool that'll help us later.
Yes, every single episode. Now I know why my parents...
Mickey Mouse.
Okay, now I know what my parents went through every time we watched like Blue's Clues or Dora the Explorer. You know, where they like repeat the same things in every episode.
Doubt. It's like,
no,
I had no idea this was so annoying, Mom. I'm so sorry.
Oh my
if there's
gosh.
a place you want to go, there's the one you
my
need to
God.
know
My
on the map.
My dad did not want to introduce me or my sister to Barney because of how annoying he is. But then my grandma introduced him to us, and we freaking loved him. And my dad was like, "How? Why would you do this, Mother? Why would you betray me?"
You know, call me crazy, but I did watch Barney. I never got into Barney. It was kind of
watched
weird.
Barney.
It was like it was on, but I was never fully invested in it. You know?
Was I the only one who wasn't scared of Barney?
No, he was fine.
No, I wasn't.
He's
I wasn't
cute.
scared of Barney either. Then again,
I didn't.
I
didn't
wasn't
mind
afraid
Barney.
of a lot of things as a child, except for that one episode of Zim.
I remember. Okay, so there was that please and. Okay, the thing is, my parents would use those songs to like. They're talking about please and thank you, because they're the magic words. Or like, when I'm brushing my teeth, I'm having so much fun. I never let the water run. Yeah, my parents would repeat those songs to teach us good manners. They worked.
You know, if Barney and the Teletubbies are the really creepy puppet characters, then Bear in the Big Blue House is the one who like everybody
I still
loved
love
him.
it. Bear in the Big Blue House.
I love Bear in the Big Blue House.
He's such man. He was a friend to everyone.
God, I just fucking like I told you about this comic. I listened to one of their songs recently,
Yeah.
and my God, who did Bear's singing voice again?
Again, it's always the same guy. When it's a Muppet performer, almost always does the singing voice themselves.
Okay, but who does it though?
I don't know his name off the top
we
of my
used
head.
We used to have
I
to-
listened to it and I was like, oh my God, that voice, damn.
Yeah.
A very nice voice, a very soothing voice. Like he
Very
is so
soothing, very
relaxing.
nice. I
we
could
used to
fall
have-
asleep to it. It's so freaking nice.
Before we had the dulcet tones of Dr. Wolf, we had Bear in the Big Blue House.
Yeah, we had the Halloween special on VHS and.
Oh
I-
fuck, Bella! You had to awaken that.
What?
The Wiggles.
Oh.
Anybody remember the Wiggles?
That's the show I never really watched. I think I watched like one episode and then.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
if Barney was the show, I never got invested in. Conversely, Wiggles was the show I got invested in. Those
Okay.
puppets were so fucking creepy, though.
I never got
not a
invested in
lot.
Wiggles.
Okay, not a lot of things creep me out as a kid. I love the freaky chanting tikis in the tiki room. I love Jack Skellington, and Barney and the Teletubbies didn't give me nightmares. Those puppets from the Wiggles, horrifying. And no, I'm not talking about Henry the Octopus or Dorothy the Dinosaur with her big giant mascot suit. I'm talking about the Wiggle puppet versions. And you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Those things are horrifying. Just
I'm
Google.
looking it up right now to see what you're talking about.
Wiggles
Oh
and
my!
puppets.
Wow!
yeah,
Oh wow!
it's like a
Those
Mad
are
Mag.
horrifying.
It's like a Mad Magazine caricature melted or something.
Ah, ha,
Matt,
ha.
those guys would be
Wait.
friends with Chucky. Oh god.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Chucky
Why do
is
they look like
Chucky
that?
is
You know
friendly
what?
looking compared to those guys.
Okay, you know what they look like? They look like really messed up Star Trek things.
You're right. You're not wrong.
I go with the yellow and the blue and the red, and just like it makes me think of like if the Star Trek, if the people from Star Trek were turned into puppets.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
at least in the episode of Angel, when he was turned into a puppet, it was funny. It's like, you're a bloody puppet.
Oh my God.
What are you referencing?
Sorry. I was like one of my recent podcast episodes was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer and its
Oh.
spin-off Angel, and there was one episode. I mean, a lot of supernatural stuff happens, and there was one episode that was just totally hilarious because the main character got turned into a puppet.
Like a Muppet?
Yes, and he didn't want people seeing him like it, and the guy that he hates, the hates Elise comes in like, hey, I wanted to talk with you. Get out of here, Spike. Don't say it. You're a bloody puppet. And then he just attacks him like a Muppet would, which is hilarious.
Did they do like the Muppet yeeting thing where they just throw the puppet on the guy?
Kind of like, yeah.
That's always the fucking best.
Like Angel series and the puppet.
Okay.
You know, funny thing about Yo Gabba Gabba, I actually went to look it up because I was once looking up a bunch of things that Weird Al was in, and he was in an episode of one. He was in one episode of it.
He was in an episode of Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yeah, and it's like, it's harmless. It's like, it's not the greatest sin that children's entertainment has ever committed.
I mean, yeah.
It gets kids to get up off their butts and dance.
That goes to Booba.
Hold on. What did I not do an episode on? And what's going on in the chat?
What?
Like, speaking of Beauties and Beasts pay up, she didn't do an episode on it. Like, which one? What are we talking about?
Wait, are you talking about Chucky? Wait, would that even work?
Well, Bride of Chucky, technically, yes.
Okay, Bride of Chucky would, but like, on the title alone, but like...
I've been saving it, like, it was on, like, I've been trying to save it for Halloween special, but it didn't really go on, like, it wasn't the winner on my last Halloween special poll, so. It's on the list, though.
Well, there you go, guys. It's been answered.
Oh, no, wait. Did you or did you not do an episode on Candyman? What? I don't know. Oh, was that like a new movie coming out? I think I saw something about that.
Yeah, Candyman's got a bunch of advertisements coming out, but didn't Candyman already come out? Isn't this like a sequel or something?
Well, I see a Candyman 2 in 1995.
Yeah, so this has got to be some reboot / sequel thing that's coming out new now.
Yeah, there's like a new one that's in. Bleh. Why they gotta make the posters look so crazy?
I don't know. Candyman 1992. Because they're probably talking about old Candyman.
The Candyman, a murderous soul with a hook for a hand, is accidentally summoned to reality by a skeptic grad student researching the monster's myth. How is that candy, though, if it's a hook-handed man?
So that's what that episode of Gumball was referencing.
Like,
they had this guy called... They had this one of the ghost monsters in this episode of Gumball was called Candyman. They were basically doing a lament on how Halloween isn't scary anymore and kids are so jaded with their cell phones and their technologies that they have no time to be scared anymore. Like, and the Ring Girl gets in on it because kids don't know how to use a VHS because it's outdated technology. But yeah, everybody just keeps saying candy, 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 and they're trying like. I don't know why. And yeah, it's a guy with a hook for a hand and bees in his head or something.
Oh, that explains the posters.
But yeah, thank you.
Yeah, the only Candyman I know is the Candyman can cause he mixes
exactly!
the world.
Everybody already has a connotation of what the fuck Candyman means. You know what the real Candyman is? It's the Summerween trickster from Gravity Falls. Now that is a candy monster.
That too. we gotta stop reading each other's minds.
Well, you're a Disney fanatic, and I'm a pool of useless information.
See.
So yeah, I just retain the most innocuous of things.
You're right. That is a man literally made out of candy. So. But I'm like, wait, how is it a Candyman if it's bees in the head and the hook? Well, shouldn't it be like, I don't know, a hook man? At least?
I mean, then the movie would be called Hook, and they'd be like, wait, the Robin Williams one or the scary one?
Oh, you're right. Didn't that also come out in 1992 about? Yeah, so
Hook?
that would explain it. Yeah, I think it was like the early 90s.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Front of Robin Williams' career and... like one of the few movies that'll actually let you know that, hey guys, did you know that Bob Hoskins was British? No? Well, he's actually British.
I know.
Like,
I know.
one of those things watching the behind the scenes of Who Framed Roger Rabbit and he's talking to us like, that ain't a Brooklyn accent, where the hell is Eddie Valiant?
Oh god. Oh, did you hear that thing with Bob Hoskins' son when he first watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit? And
no.
then he didn't Okay, so Bob Hoskins' son did not talk to him for weeks after watching that movie, and finally he approaches his son about it, like, why have you not been talking to me? Because you work with cartoon characters like Bugs Bunny and didn't introduce me to any of them.
Oh, buddy. I've heard that story. Yeah.
Oh, like, well, that. I mean, I kind of believe they were real cartoon characters when I was a kid when I watched that movie. Like,
I only watched Roger Rabbit at the point in time when I already knew what a cartoon really was, but Mary Poppins was like that for me. I'll say that.
Yeah. Oh no, watching it now, I'm like, there's so much adult stuff in here. How did I not notice this as a kid? How are my parents okay with this?
By the way, yeah. Also, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? The whole adult stuff in cartoons is pretty accurate to old cartoons. So it's like everything fits perfectly, like a nice cartoon glove. It's just...
Don't lie to me, Eddie. I caught you with your pants down.
I mean,
Oh,
it's a pun. I mean, it's a pun, and it's literally what it's a pun because it's literally what's happening there, and it's a turn of phrase. So, cartoons.
Oh, this is sweet.
Also, I love the line "dabbling in watercolors," Eddie.
Dabbling in watercolors?
Oh, that's what
ooh,
I thought she said tablet
ooh.
and watercolors, and I'm like, what does that mean?
Ooh, I wonder if that's kind of a. I wonder if that's a rude thing to say to interhuman toon couples in that universe.
Oh.
I just thought of that. It's like,
Oh,
ooh, that could have been a not nice thing to say, actually.
Oh.
I don't want to be thinking about it. Thank you very much.
But the whole movie's about prejudice. How can you not think about it?
I meant the watercolors thing. I don't want to be thinking about it.
Okay.
But thank you.
Okay,
Now
that's
that
fair.
I actually know what she said, like, I thought she said tablet and watercolors, and I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
I mean, there are tablets, and there are tablets where you just put them in water, and then you got watercolors.
Yeah, well, my Uncle Thupper had a problem with his probate, and he had to take these big pills and drink lots of water.
Not prostate, you.
Probate.
Of course, I had no idea. I didn't even know what probate was. So, like, I mostly watched it for the tunes when I was a kid.
I didn't know what a prostate was or what a probate was.
Exactly. Like, the whole mystery flew over my head. I was just watching it for the.
Oh no, the
tunes.
mystery! I think I was able to pick up on the mystery because it's like guy dies, tune does it. Who's the tune?
Okay,
Apparently, it's the guy you never really expected. Well,
Okay, but
I mean,
when did you
never
watch
really.
this? Like, when did you first watch it?
oh jeez, I want to say that I was 14 or 15 at the time.
Ha ha ha! I don't remember the first time I watched it. All I knew is that I'd always been watching it. So.
Fair.
Yeah. Same with a lot of the Disney movies that, you know, that like all Disney movies before 1990. When was it? 1997, I'd say that I'd always had them. I don't remember the first time that I watched them.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, you want a weird one? We had like a VHS copy of Robin Hood, but it was more like, but I think it was, or maybe it wasn't Robin Hood, or maybe it was both Robin Hood and The Sword and the Stone, where we didn't really own the VHS, we just recorded it with our VHS.
Oh yeah,
when
we
it
had
aired on
recorded VHS
TV.
stuff. Yeah, I had the same thing with Pete's Dragon.
One thing I do know that we had a recorded VHS of is this Trains special about like Disney's relation with trains, and it ended with a Donald Duck short with his model train. Which by the way, which I think it's called To Scale, I think is what it's called. And because it was a cartoon I watched a lot, it is one of my favorite Donald Duck shorts. I love how it gets up into shenanigans, but ultimately it ends very happily for all parties involved, which is really nice.
Take these big pills and drink lots of water.
But yeah, like, because I was so little, like, when I was watching Who Framed Roger Rabbit, I thought those were real cartoons. Like, just real living, breathing cartoons on the screen.
It's so freaking impressive, like, the amount of work that went into this film, and that, like, it went way over budget, like you do when you do something this ambitious and technologically, like, insane for the time. And yet... Donald said the F word? Probably not.
When?
Not
You
unless you're
wouldn't be
watching a
able to-
TikTok.
Would you even be able to tell?
That's actually a great idea, Scribe Wizard. Rest in peace, Ed Asner. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus.
Who's...
Ed Asner?
Yeah, Oh,
Um,
yeah. Oh, was this the Carl Fredricksen one?
Yeah, he was Carl Fredricksen in Up.
Yeah, yeah.
He was Santa Claus in Elf.
He
He
was
was-
in Gargoyles, I think. Yeah, he was
Probably.
Hudson.
Um,
Yeah, I remember that. Like when I was looking at the voice, I'm like, hey, that's Carl Fredricksen. So he did another Disney voice later, just like Keith David.
And there was also Cosgrove from Freakazoid.
Well,
Shout
Yeah.
out to any Freakazoid viewers who know that.
yeah, I'd heard that. Yeah, I'd heard that today. Well, you know, he was already pretty old, so.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the most tragic thing is that, like, nobody could have predicted this. Disney and Pixar are deciding to do another series for Disney Plus, but it's with the Up characters.
Oh,
That's probably going to be the last thing Carl Fredricksen's voice is actually going to be heard in before they either end the show on one season or they recast him.
no. Oh boy.
As Disney is known to do, they could definitely recast. I mean, they recast Scrooge McDuck. So there's some. I just wish they would have kept David Tennant for all appearances of Scrooge McDuck and not just the reboot shit.
I don't know, cause it's also Pixar, and sometimes, well,
That's not true.
Well-
That's not true because Slinky Dog's voice actor had to be replaced,
Yeah.
and George
I know
Carlin
Paul-
in Cars as well.
I know there were like a couple characters where their actors died and they didn't. They didn't bring the characters back. Like Paul Newman, they killed off that character because Paul Newman died.
Yeah, but they still kept the hippie van even though George Carlin had passed.
Yeah.
So,
Then again, Paul Newman was pretty big.
I guess.
Okay, so who wants to hear a grammar joke before we
Yes.
get into the depressing thing? Okay.
Ooh, grammar joke.
So, she texted me, "You're adorable." I replied, "No, YOU''RE, adorable." Now she thinks I like her. All I did was point out her typo. Yeah. It's like, you're adorable. YOUR. I don't know why people get that mixed up. It means you
It's probably-
apostrophe
Well, here's the
RE,
thing,
as in
here's the
you,
thing, here's
you
the
are.
thing.
Probably the most common mistake ever. It's like just
But it's you are.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, sometimes when people are, like, typing really quickly, they like, you know, type what they're thinking. Because, you know, when you think you think YOUR. Because that's just the simplest spelling of your. And then you hit send, and then you realize, shit, I used the wrong your.
hey, at least on YouTube you can always edit your comments.
I will say one I always get mixed up is compliment and compliment.
What?
Like, okay, because apparently there's two compliments. There's compliment as in, oh, you draw very nice. And there's compliment as in, oh, this person's personality really complements this person's personality.
Wait.
Hold up.
How is that different?
There's two different spellings of that.
One has an I, one has an E.
Are you fucking serious?
Yes.
I'm
Okay, that
dead.
makes
No.
that makes sense. It's bizarre, but it makes
Well,
sense.
I hate
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
hate
complement
Come
as
on.
in it completes something else. Write that like as completes with COMPLEMENT.
That makes a lot of
compliment.
sense.
Yes.
No, it doesn't. I hate it.
You don't believe me? Look it up.
I hate it. I hate everything about this. Okay, I already have the worst freaking luck with goddamn English, and you're telling me there's 2 different compliments?
Yes.
And they're
I
all for
don't
you,
want
Z.
this.
You're the best. You're amazing.
I'm so shit with English.
Hey, I can't
Any
spell the
language,
same.
really.
Hey, I can't spell either. You don't hear me whining.
This girl won't let me. Brain.
I've seen people get patience and patience confused.
Oh yeah, no, that's a weird one.
Look if it's patience as in plural with an S at the end, that's talking about like patients at a doctor's office, okay? I'm just sick
Yeah.
of seeing that. One patient is plural, one patient is singular, and not a person, okay?
Some people just don't have enough patience with the English language,
Exactly.
and some doctors don't have enough patience with their patients.
You can say someone is patient or a patient, and it's spelled the same way, but patience with an S at the end. Yeah. Sorry.
Stop being an English word.
This man is impatient. No, he's
I'm an
outpatient.
English major. I am a writer. My job is to be an English nerd.
John Cleese was almost going to be Judge Doom. I'm glad they
I
went
think
with
I heard
Christopher
something
Lloyd.
like Yeah, just one of those roles where you consider a lot of big names.
Oh my God.
I don't know, I mean-
also they were also considering Tim Curry, but his
Ooh.
like
He was
his,
too
like,
scary.
audition. Yeah, his audition was way too scary. They were all like, nope, no, not for this movie.
Also, let's be perfectly honest. Christopher Lloyd is already obvious enough with his performance. Tim Curry would just be doubling down on how obvious Judge Doom was the bad guy.
Yeah.
But it's already obvious that he's a bad guy.
What
Yeah.
I'm saying is Tim Curry would have just been, like, overkill.
Yes. You know, it was like the honest trailers of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. The mystery is not that mysterious. I wonder who the bad guy is.
That's not
They
even-
showed that the guy dressed in dark clothing and sunglasses who like pretty much melts a cartoon character on screen.
That's not even what the real mystery is, though. The real mystery is who
Who Framed Roger
killed,
Rabbit.
who killed Marvin Acme.
It was still him.
Yeah, but that's the thing. We, like,
Well, the
thing
mystery
is,
was why. I would argue the mystery was why, not who, but why. Like why you do that? Why do
But the
you
thing
do
is, like Disney for the longest time just had this trend of making the obvious villains obvious.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't
Yeah.
truly know who killed Marvin Acme until the reveal of Judge Doom being that particular tomb. Because these are characters who, in our minds
Okay.
in the film up to that point, are basically separate entities.
But also, Eddie's brother was killed by a tune.
The same guy.
Yeah, and
But, like-
and that's a mystery solved. But remember me,
Okay.
Eddie?
That's one of the
Oh my
things.
God.
Actually,
That was so terrifying.
I have a couple of things.
That was
about-
terrifying.
Actually, no, maybe not a couple of things. Just one. The one thing with that is that, like, it's like, that's not a mystery. That's just a backstory as to why Eddie's a real, toon racist.
But then it tied in with the end, so it wasn't just
Yes,
Yeah.
there's a bit of subtle foreshadowing. There's like the people who worked on the direction and the script and the everything was just like, mwah. The movie is basically lightning in a bottle. Like, I dare you to try like doing it as well ever again.
I can't let you go now that I got it.
Good song from a non-Disney, Hot Chocolate from the Polar Express. Fuck yes.
I watched Polar Express like once. And
The characters are very, very uncanny, and they are terrifying.
Am I the only one who doesn't find the designs in that movie scary in any way, shape, or
no,
form?
no. The reason I didn't enjoy the movie as much as I should have was because we went to see the movie the same day my parents told me they were the ones who left the Christmas presents under the tree, and not Santa. I didn't want to watch a Santa movie on that day.
You were about to see a movie about Santa Claus, and then fucking they were like, "Hey, by the way."
Well, it's because I confronted them because my friends are
for me.
like my friends were like, "Oh, you know, there's no real Santa Claus, right? Your parents leave the presents on the tree." So I confront my parents about it, and they're like, "Yes, it's true." What?
Reality shattered.
I know. And I was a kid who believed in all the fantasy things. I mean, I told you I believed that the cartoon characters in Space Jam and Who Framed Roger Rabbit were all alive. So
I believed in Santa for way too damn long, but I did not believe that the cartoon characters were real for way too damn short.
I had a lot of wishful thinking. I still do. I just prefer it to the alternative.
You know, here's the funny thing. I had a very different way of compartmentalizing things in my brain. So, as a child, and someone who grew up in Southern California, Disneyland was a hot spot for our family. So, but what really gets me is, I'm a kid growing up in, yes, Nathan, there is a Santa Claus kind of scenario here, and meeting Santa at the mall on the occasion. And the compartmentalization with me is that, well, of course Santa's real because he's at the mall.
Oh my god, hold on, the mall Santa and hell of a boss.
No, okay, I knew. I didn't usually like meeting the mall Santas because I knew it wasn't the real Santa.
But then there was this notion for me as that the Disney characters in the parks were not the actual versions of their characters because they didn't look like cartoons. Even the face actors, they didn't look like cartoons. These aren't the real Disney characters. If they were the real Disney characters, they'd look like a walking cartoon. And a very interesting way of compartmentalizing that. It's the logic is...
It was still fun to talk to them, though.
Oh, yeah. Especially the ones that can talk back. They're a lot of fun to talk to.
Okay. Oh, when I Disney bound, I'm gonna go and meet Snow White. Just saying. I'm gonna go meet Snow White and be like, hey, we're the same, damn it. Look at us cool. Where do you meet Snow White in the parks? Just asking.
You would meet her in Fantasyland or around, the front entrance in Main Street.
Or maybe, I don't know which princesses would be in that specific princess meetup.
Oh, Snow White, I think, is... I think she's there? I think so. I think she would be, yeah. Again, they're currently only doing, a distanced thing right now. They're not really having the whole autographs dealio going on.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I think in some areas they're still doing, distanced photos.
Well, I remember when we were in Disneyland Paris that the lines for the for the character meet and greets would be so long. I saw a genie running away from a crazed fan mob.
Hello, who's there? Hello.
Has Min arrived?
It has Min.
Hola. Buenas noches.
Buenas.
Ooh. Min, favorite non-Disney song. Non-Disney movie song or show.
I really like the Beetlejuice musical, and I don't think there's a bad song in it.
Good. I've only heard a few of those songs, but hey. Yeah.
Yeah, people keep asking me to do a PMV set of it. It's okay, thing is, I already did one PMV, and it was of the demo version of the Say My Name one, before they changed it, and the music went away from every other site. And now I get people on that video saying, I just wanted to hear the song. I didn't want to see ponies. Like, this is the only way we can hear the original song. Like, sorry, I didn't know they were going to take it away and replace it with a different version.
I mean, the thing is, they always do the test screenings of these musicals to hammer out the finer details. And I get that some people probably like the original version of the show, but I don't know. I mean, they really fine-tuned it. You gotta admit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were talking about favorite non-Disney songs or shows. Yeah, I'm with you, Scribe Wizard. I really loved Don Bluth Thumbelina. That was like that was like the movie I would rent from Blockbuster Video over and over and over again.
I owned that movie. It was so good.
That
And
movie was
Let
one of the
me
weirder
be
ones
your
for
wing.
us.
I
Oh my
heard
God.
it got a Razzie.
Did it?
What?
Yeah.
Because of that Marry the Mole song.
Why that one? That wasn't the best one.
I don't know. I don't care. I love that movie. I think as far as fairy tale adaptations go, it's actually pretty close and puts a lot of a spin on it.
Marry the Mouse. M is for money.
Also, how can you not love Jodie Benson's voice?
I mean,
I
I,
didn't even-
do love Jodie Benson.
That's a great question.
And it's funny how she did 2 Hans Christian Andersen tales.
Not just 2 Hans Christian Andersen tales, but ones that were animated by Disney animators and with red hair.
And who had to, were kind of coveted for their voice.
Oh yeah, that just let's just keep piling on. Let's just boop 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 here. Any more comparisons? Oh yeah, and Gilbert Gottfried was involved.
No, he was in Aladdin. He was not in Little Mermaid.
He was not in the Little Mermaid, but it's close enough.
Yeah, that was.
It's a
that
Howard.
was
There's a Howard Ashman musical. There's a Howard Ashman musical. Boom! There you go.
that was quite a
up.
star-studded. It was quite a star-studded cast. It even had John Hurt.
John Hurt.
Harry Potter, Ollivander. He's dead now, but
That doesn't change the fact that I still don't know who John Hurt is.
he's one of those old British actor dudes that is like in everything.
Right. Okay. Which character did he play in Thumbelina? This will help me out.
He was the mole.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. He was the mole.
Who actually was not
Thumbelina's
that bad.
Thumbelina is a. I think I want to return to that at some point because it is a fun watch. I gotta admit, it is really goofy and it's real and it's heartfelt as well.
And I think that movie, as well as Beauty and the Beast, were like the movies that taught me at an early age. If you don't like the guy, you could say no.
Yeah.
That was pretty much the lesson. That was the lesson.
Yeah, but the lesson's kind of opposite in Thumbelina. Everybody, she's always getting engaged to these weird animal creatures, but she has to go with the one hot humanoid guy. We're Beauty and the Beast.
I talked about that. Like, in looking at the original fairy tale, taking into consideration Hans Christian Andersen and, I mean, I think I know what it was trying to say, that how girls at the time were always like being told to marry this person, that person, or they're always being carried off by some weirdo who doesn't listen to them. And I know, and the fact that that the flower fairy prince looks the most like her was just to show someone who could be her equal.
I
know it's
okay,
kind
can we just talk about the guy?
Gay.
Okay.
He was gay, wasn't he?
He was bi. He was straight up bisexual.
He was bi and possibly asexual.
Yeah.
Didn't he fall in love with another author and then lie in his? He fell in love with Charles Dickens or some author, and then
Not Charles Dickens.
That's
no.
a different time frame in it.
Yeah.
Well, he
Yeah.
fell in love
Love
with
with,
this male
what's his
author,
name?
and then he
What's his
slept
name?
in his yard and ate all his food in his house.
Yeah, and now you know where the stalker Little Mermaid comes from.
Yeah.
Hans really do be going through it.
The dude had like a rough childhood though, so I don't blame him.
For what?
Yeah.
For, like bumming off of a guy he's got a
His
crush
name
on?
was Colin.
Here's the thing. You have a rough childhood and you live in that time period. If you have a rough childhood, you don't have any psychologists to go to when you're an adult. So you
Okay.
unless
do
you
other
want
things.
to do electroshock therapy
Mm-hmm.
and live in a
But-
padded cell.
Okay, so not only was Colin a man, he was also a man of higher class. So that kind of goes into the Little Mermaid thing, where it's a mermaid falling in love with a not just a human, but a prince.
Not just any human. A prince!
Exactly.
Projecting onto his characters, which is so relatable.
Don't all authors
Oh my
end up
gosh.
doing
I
that in some
project onto
capacity or
all
other?
my characters.
Yeah.
Like legit. I have these characters, right? I have these D&D characters. One is a tiefling, the other is a half-orc, right? They are a couple, a friggin' same-sex couple, right?
Okay.
Right.
And one of them, sweetest girl in the world, the half-orc. She is like the sweetest girl in the world. She's like super patient, super understanding, but also super insecure, super insecure, doesn't like that she's a half-orc and shit and all that. And then we got the tiefling. She is super confident, like always wearing like a bikini-esque sort of outfit. She's absolutely insane. Like actually medically insane.
Did I just hear myself?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Did you?
What are we talking about now?
Like I'm talking about projecting myself onto my characters, okay? Okay?
Okay, because I felt like I
actually
missed something.
like she is like my tiefling, she is absolutely like medically insane and stuff. And she's probably the least wholesome person in the world, but she is like in the most wholesome relationship with this freaking half-orc. Right? So I look at these two as like, two sides of my personality is what I see them as.
Mm-hmm.
But even though they are like two sides of my personality, they're also like they're also like their own characters. They're their own thing, because like
Yeah.
I'm not medically insane.
Okay.
I'm insane. I'm not medically insane.
All right, but on the topic of insanity, anybody here in the writing capacity, and DF, this will probably be directed at you as well. Do your characters ever say things for you? Like you don't figure out something about a character, the character tells you what they're about.
Sometimes,
Yeah,
I know
definitely.
sometimes they tell me their sexuality later.
Cherry pie.
Yeah, like originally Piety was just gonna, be, well, Piety is the tiefling. She was originally just gonna be there, maybe not even have a sexuality. She's just gonna, be Piety. But then the more I wrote her, I was like, she has crazy pansexual vibes. She's a crazy pansexual. She is crazy pan. Ooh, and you know what? The more I wrote out Zia, which is the half-orc, the more I wrote out Zia, I was like, she has very conservative asexual vibes. So yeah, these two are me. we got the pan, and we got the ace. Hooray.
Depending on the character. Yeah, that sounds about
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I don't know at what point I figured this out, but the protagonist of the novel I'm currently writing, okay, maybe it was when I was trying to think of, well, what would I write for the second novel, that I figured out my protagonist was an aromantic asexual. And I'm like, how did that happen? Well, because the more I considered it, sometimes you know how like writing romantic subplots, and the more I thought about it, the more I'm thinking this is not gonna work. She doesn't seem gay. She doesn't seem to be into this guy that I thought of, and then I'm like, oh, well, what if she's just aromantic? Which is fine. Like she's one that mostly cares about her friends and family.
I definitely think
like,
I definitely think it comes up for me in more complex characters that I try to make feel the most human, you know, less like here's one personality trait and like roll with it, you know. But more into characters that have much more of a nuance about them. Like Josephine actually told me that she loves playing piano. It's like she loves to sing. It's like this was, well, there you go. I mean, like what?
This wasn't planned, but I am accepting it.
It's like, and it made way too much sense because it's like, sure, Farnes would probably teach her how to play the accordion, but at the same time, it's like, you know, in at least trying to find herself, she probably, you know, goes off and does her own thing at some point, you know?
Expressly for seducing my male protagonist. Like, that was what she was for, but then the more I went on and developed her, she changed a lot over time, and now she's asexual aromantic.
Ah, yes.
Actually, one of the things that's...
Ah, yes, father. You have designed me to seduce a man, but I am here to tell you, no.
Oh my gosh, that is exactly what it is.
I think Dorothy really surprised me with how adept she, in particular, is at singing. In fact, spoiler alert, but I do want to mention this. So these two, you know how everybody in the Amity, like the Lumity fandom, loves to project future AUs where Luz and Amity are married? Dorothy and Josephine will be getting married in canon.
Yay.
And one of these things that comes up that surprised me, but also in a way makes sense in how people just tend to naturally change over time. Dorothy, like I mentioned last week, her goal is she wants to become the female heavyweight boxing champion. But what really shocked me was when she actually, Josephine actually gets a job as well. She also gets her dream job. She is a singer at a very high class bar. I believe it's called like Dylan. No, not Dylan's. No, I had a name for it. Let's just go with Dylan's though. Anyway, yeah, it's like a fancy little bar and
well,
pub.
it's not Denny's.
No, no, it's not. It's definitely not Denny's. But like she becomes like basically a bar lounge singer, and she and in being screened for the auditioning process, she was also like she actually impressed the owner of the place with the fact that Josephine actually does write her own songs. So he gives her a lot of, and he was gonna do this with whoever he picked to give free reign to the set list, but he has to go over it and to get any costumes if she wanted to make the show a little more flashy or not. But there are some instances where Josephine and Dorothy would actually do some nights where they would do duets. And it is under this mindset that ended up leading Dorothy to letting me know that when she actually starts doing it more regularly, she actually grows more of an affinity and a desire to perform with Josephine. And she feels like even though she's not quite near the end of her potential end of her boxing career, she feels like she doesn't need to take the unnecessary risk anymore.
Aww.
Which is really fucking sweet, I think. And also just interesting, like how things can just completely change from what you expect. You expect, oh, if someone really has a dream, they're gonna follow it their whole life, but like that's not how that works. That's just not how that works. Some people, your dream changes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I learned
I remember
that
I
I'm
wanted to be
too
a
ambitious.
kindergarten teacher.
What?
I remember I wanted to be a kindergarten teacher, and then I realized
Can you imagine
Can't
dealing with
handle
all
this.
those little gremlins?
I can't handle it.
No, probably.
This is why I do private. This is why I do private childcare. It's just a few kids at a time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's one of those. What was I saying? It's like. Yeah, like even I had to learn myself that I'm too ambitious for my own good. I need to dial back and simplify some of my dreams and ambitions. And while I still get a little too over my head sometimes, at least I'm thinking like, okay, if I want to do something in a given medium, I get one, right? So if I want to do a video game, you get one. That's your baby. That's what you think about. That's what you write things down about. If you want to create a cartoon show, you get one. You get one big series that you want to do. And ultimately, I went from cartoon to magical adventure to just slice of life.
With a lesbian.
This is like the best slip of the tongue ever. Well, actually, the second best slip of the tongue I've ever heard. The first one was done by my mother. When she was trying to get us to bed, and she was starting to get really frustrated, like stop arguing and go out the window.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, but you gotta give your mother credit. She probably didn't do that on purpose, unlike I did, who was taking an improv class.
No, she didn't. Like a second later, she's like, "Wait, what?" And then we like laughed for a full minute, and then she's like, "No, seriously, go to bed." Okay.
Can't be upset now.
We never let her live it down.
Out the window.
Out the window.
I watched over the 2-year-olds at my church. It was complete chaos. Oh no. The Ed's parents as horrible monsters. No wonder why Sarah was so horrible. Ed and Nettie talk. I guess that's Min's forte. Quest for Camel. Okay, just to cause chaos with a completely unrelated topic. Who remembers that song? If I Didn't Have You from Quest. Oh no. You know what
I'd be rocking with the dinos, swinging with the rhinos. I'd be dragonized escape in a minute.
Okay. But, okay, can anyone relate to the problem of knowing Monsters, Inc. and not Quest for Camelot, looking up, wouldn't have nothing if I didn't have you, and only to have that song come up? It's like, what the fuck is this dragon shit? I'm looking for Monsters Inc. just on YouTube looking for If I Didn't Have You, and it's like, that's not what I'm looking for! What the fuck is wrong with you?
Quest for Camelot came out first, so ha.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, it's like, it's a song, it's not the same song.
If I didn't have you, if you didn't have me, if I didn't have you. I did a PMV of that. Check it out.
Hey, by the way, wouldn't it... I was just thinking about this because I played Spyro a little bit ago, but, like, it'd be funny if they had Cameo in the friggin' Spyro thing.
No, you know what? I can't... because I used to watch Dragon Tales, so... like Zack and Wheezy, the two-headed dragon,
right.
So I see those two, and I'm like, hey, they're like Zack and Wheezy.
Oh, man. Goofy. Alright, I gotta make room for... Oh, wait, hang on. Not done with Josephine yet. Hit the button! There we go.
Oh, by the way, speaking of writing your own songs,
Ooh.
I just remembered this little gem. I'm gonna put a link to it. I'm gonna put a link to it in the chat. But
Go ahead.
You remember that? Do you remember this? Click the link, damn it.
Okay, I think I know what... okay.
Motherfucker.
I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Old letter from the 17th century. Gay, we're totally fucking gay. We literally had
Are you
sex
playing it
last
on
night.
here, or-
Gay. Straight historian Dumbo.
I'm not hearing it.
Friendship. Yeah, I played it for the stream.
Lord.
I mean, that was just based on a little meme that Z showed me. It was like, I want to read that friendship line in that funny joke, you know.
And
so I had to.
Like I said, what I said was like, old letter from the 17th century. Gay, gay, gay. We're totally gay. We're totally fucking gay. We literally had sex last night. Historians.
Alexander
Best
Hamilton.
friends? Best friends?
I know.
Like,
It's just
motherfucker.
goofing. Straight historian dumbasses just be goofing on history.
Well, there was a whole thing with Alexander Hamilton that they kind of cut out of the musical, like that friend that died. Yeah, they had a thing going on.
Ah, yeah, they did. Straight up.
Yeah.
Not straight up, I should say. Very not straight. Nothing about that was straight.
Hamilton loved his wife, but he also loved a dude. So
He loved a few dudes.
He also was in love with his wife's sister. The man was off his shits.
Yes.
The dude was horny.
Yeah. I think there's a video like 5 minutes of Alexander Hamilton forgetting he's married or something. including that letter scene of hearing that his friend died.
Huh. Did you see that chapter in Comey? Oh my gosh, they are cinnamon rolls. What the hell are they talking about? Comey?
Only?
I'm gonna do a quick Google here. Comey, DC? Like, wait, no, that doesn't seem right.
I have no idea what.
I'm getting. Oh wait, hang on. Places, other uses, people's language, board game, Washington D.C. restaurant. No, that doesn't seem right.
Comey can't communicate is apparently something.
Oh, okay, that's different now. A full title. Comey can't communicate. Oh, this is about I think this is about the deaf person.
I don't know.
Okay, let's go to the Wikipedia. Manga series, serialized its chapters. So premise, first day, main setting, Comey. See, overwhelming surge popularity due to the unprecedented stoic beauty, refinement, and elegance. However, our schoolboy is able to sit next to her. So, okay, I don't get it.
Oh, it would be so sweet.
It's becoming an anime. Okay,
Dippy.
I guess it's not that. I guess it's not that deaf thing.
Okay, yeah, why is it it's my own fault. Now every time I hear somebody say cinnamon roll, I think of the cinnamon roll I made in Daughter Discord. It's my own fault.
I mean,
and yeah.
you couldn't exactly call him Cinnabon.
I thought it was cute. I wanted to have them have a cinnamon thing, because apple family and cinnamon. Apple cinnamon.
That's true.
Yeah.
I also find it funny, you could also have one of the My Little Pony characters named Sugar Cube, and then Applejack's typical pet name for feral ponies would totally come up as like,
oh gosh, why has nobody thought of that? Like,
how you doing, Sugar Cube? You call? No,
Yeah.
I mean that, Sugar Cube. No, shut up.
Why didn't I think of that? That's a perfect name for an Applejack kid. Yeah.
You know, that would make even more sense. But even then, she would probably still slip up and call other people Sugar Cube. What is it, Mom? No, not you, Sugar Cube. Oh, forget it. Oh, man.
Oh yeah, the problem with pony names. Like, every time you say honey or sweetie, and there'll be somebody going, yes?
There was that Who's on First bit with clear skies,
Yeah,
fluffy clouds, and open
that's what I was
skies.
thinking. Okay, so you have clear skies and open skies. What's all that? Open, clear skies. Hey, where all fluffy clouds go? Fluffy clouds? It's over there.
That's actually probably one of the best versions of it, aside from what Animaniacs did with the concert and all the bands with the weird names.
Well, they definitely did it without doing the who's on and what's on and I don't know, which every other thing does. It was like a more indirect reference, I should say.
I mean, it works as well because it's like pony names are weird, but they can also be like the thing that you're describing. Like
Yes.
Like
Exactly.
like a pink pie, or a sparkling twilight, or a shy flutter. You know, it's like these are things that can be described with the words that are the names.
Rainbow apple.
I mean, Apple Jacks is a cereal, so there's that.
Next time we'll be making apple jacks.
Applejack of all
Big
trades, Applejack of all trades, Apple Master of Apple none. That's not funny.
No, it's not. But I laughed anyways.
Awkward silence.
Bum bum.
Okay.
Somebody wants.
What?
I was trying to force a laugh and it came out.
Like, I can't. Like,
I think I'm
here's the thing.
tired.
I'll do a fake laugh. Like, yeah, I've done this for you. I've done this for you. Like you asked me to do a fake laugh, and I was like, all right, and I recorded a fake laugh for you, and then it like divulged into a real one at the end.
Okay, Bella,
but
Applejack's cutie mark cereal box. That sounds like something that would have happened in Friendship is Witchcraft or something.
it happened. I did that thing.
When was that? I
Right
forget.
at Discord episode 9.
Oh, that's
Discord
right.
turned Applejack into a
keep-
cereal box.
That's right.
Yeah, but we need
Come
just
on,
we
guys.
need just the cutie mark though. Also, DF, could you regale me again? What was the title of Discord's song in that episode?
Big Apple Pie came up with it, and I don't even remember. The short version is Discord's Lament.
I know, but
And
I
I-
love the ridiculously like melodramatic and overly long title.
It would not fit. I stressed it over and over again in Big Apple Pie. It would not fit in the title.
That's not the point, though. It really is not the point.
I don't even remember, and I don't want to think about Big Apple Pie right now. Can we move on?
That's fair.
Oh, what happened?
I am not saying on a public stream. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Again, all
Can
fair.
you DM it to me? Because last I checked, you guys were
Oh,
pretty
boy.
good.
What? Oh boy, when did you last check?
Years ago.
Clearly.
I mean, I think the last time they were in the same room together was at BronyCon, right?
Short.
'Cause
Okay,
they
long
did-
story short, it went downhill 3 days later. So
Ouch.
bye.
I
No,
mean-
that's all we're
I mean,
saying.
that's,
That's all
I
we're-
mean, the one thing the
yes,
only
he
thing.
is my cousin. That's the thing. But okay, enough.
Yeah, the only thing I knew is whatever it was part of the reason why Discord was recast.
Like, look, if you fellas want me to explain it, then I'll just explain it in a private message later, okay?
All right.
That's the end of it. You know, Fizzy, family can have a lot of issues. It doesn't matter whether or not you're related by blood. What's the phrase? Blood may be thicker than water, but
No, the phrase
No,
goes,
no, no,
the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb.
Yes.
right,
Like,
that's it.
I forget. Did I explain what happened to you, comic? Because I forget who I mentioned it to.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
but you know, it's pointless drama. It's in the past. It doesn't matter anyway. It's like, who wants to get tangled up in bullshit anyway? Like, I mean, I could probably see some instances where I had to, like, convince myself to not say anything online just because, like, do you really want to get caught up in this drama you have absolutely no involvement with just because you said something? And then I'm thinking to myself, yeah, no, probably
I'm
not.
curious as balls, though. Sorry.
Okay. What? It's not no, it's not on TV Tropes because I never explained what happened. No. This was. I'm not talking about him leaving Brad of Discord. I'm talking about something else that happened. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Done.
an entirely separate thing.
No, which is strictly a family matter, which is why I never discussed it on YouTube. Okay.
It's just one of those
Which is
things.
fair. Which is fair.
You know, some people just have to have a private life outside of the internet.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm a totally different person at work than I am here. For one thing, I have to hold back on the swears.
That's one of those things.
Fucking weird.
Shit is fucking weird, dog.
Alright. Man, how the hell am I gonna draw these legs, I wonder?
Yeah, like I tried, like when I was doing Bride and Daughter of Discord, I tried so hard to just keep my YouTube life and my private life separate. But then people started, who were also bronies were like, so have you heard of this thing called Bride of Discord? I'm like, oh, darn it, I'm gonna have to reveal myself now. And then it's like, oh my god, like please don't treat me any different.
That's gotta be so weird though. Okay, this happened to Comic once though, when like Mom told a little dude in a family or something who lived like in Florida or what have you, that like, hey, your cousin or somewhat is Mothball. He's like, what? And my mom just completely does not understand what is going on.
Yeah, you know, when you're on the internet and you have a following of any kind, congratulations, you're a celebrity, and you unfortunately have all the responsibilities of a celebrity at the same time.
Oh my god, I remember.
The worst thing is that at least celebrities get paid for putting into their projects. They're all in movies and TV, and then they also had to put up with all the public eye shit. It's like, well, no, it's not your fault. I mean, I was already on YouTube anyway, so it's not like it would have... I mean, the only thing that Daughter Discord really did for me, and I'm grateful for, is that it really brought a lot of traction to the channel, and it brought a lot of people here, and I'm happy to have you guys, and you guys as well, and my friends here on Discord. You guys are awesome, and I love you, and I think my life would be completely different if I never met you guys, and I would definitely be worse off for it. So thank you guys so much for being here.
You got so mushy, I don't know what to say now. Okay. No, it doesn't feel right.
Yes, here at Kamikaze Live, 1 week we're talking about gay sex, and the next week we're giving out heartfelt speeches.
Oh, and I forgot to tell you guys about foreplay.
I think I can pick up on that.
Yeah, we don't need to.
They wanted to know, so after the stream, they were like, "Okay, tell us."
Good lord.
After having a week to sit with it, I am more understanding of the thing, and like, it's not as weird as when I initially heard it. You know what I mean? It's like, the initially hearing it, it's like, it's kind of throwing me off a bit. But then at the same time, it's like, nope, there you go. So, yeah, I guess. It makes way too much sense.
I mean, here's the thing.
There better not be a thing, because we're live right now.
Lesbians need a way to have fun, too, alright? Just saying.
Not denying that. Just...
At least I'm not in public spitting out my lemonade this time.
Okay, yeah, back to what we were saying about like personal life versus YouTube life. BronyCon was always tough because every five steps someone would see the name on my badge and be like, "Hey, you're Disney fanatic." Like, there's a reason I had that red card on there most of the time, or I wouldn't have been able to get anywhere. And I would just be so relieved if like it was waiting in those long lines, and I just struck up a conversation with whoever's next in line with me. And they actually had never heard of me. I'm like, okay, good. We could just talk like regular bronies.
It's one of those things. Oh my gosh, Rebecca Parham did that great video about how to creep out your favorite YouTubers.
I remember. That was actually my introduction to Rebecca Parham. It was that video.
I think that probably wasn't the first, but it was one of the first that I watched.
Yeah, look, I'm sorry if I didn't get a chance to talk with all the people I ran into, but I am not a very sociable person, okay?
DF, this may be weird to say, but you don't have the southern drawl, but you do the voice of Applejack a lot. But You very much sound like a much squeakier, if maybe even then in that case, younger Rebecca Parham in a way.
A younger what?
Rebecca
Rebecca
Parham.
Parham.
Huh?
Do you not
You don't know
know
Rebecca
who Rebecca
Parham?
Parham is?
She's
How
a
do you spell
YouTube,
it?
She's the YouTube storytime animator. She actually runs a
Look up
channel called
Let Me Explain Studios. Also, if I may be so bold, because I'm gonna keep doing this joke until everybody is following all the same people I'm following. Why aren't you already following Rebecca Parham? What is wrong with you guys? Follow Rebecca Parham right now. Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, YouTube, whatever she is.
Oh,
Go!
I've seen that girl. I think I may have I've seen that avatar. Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Have I seen a couple of? I think I've seen at least one or two of videos at some point. I don't.
I discovered her
Yeah.
years ago. Wait, what are you talking about? Uh-oh! Actually, wait, that's a reference to something Scribe Wizard said.
Okay. I didn't have a face to the name. Okay, there we go.
Oh, geez. Scribe Wizard says, I'm just happy 2 of my friends fell in love because of a comic dub.
Aw.
Well, apparently I got 2 people married, so there you go.
You did!
Yeah!
I keep forgetting about that.
That's it.
How are they doing, by the way?
Hmm?
How are they doing?
Oh, well, the last thing I saw is them posting their Halloween costume ideas.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I know
that's
Katie's
cute.
still working on her short horror film.
Ah, yes. I'm definitely gonna be.
They're
I'm
so
definitely looking
goddamn
forward
cute.
to that. I do have to say something in regards to that. If anybody who it's basically DF was a very unintentional yenta in that instance. It's like, oh, yenta,
Ooh.
matchmaker,
I was
matchmaker.
I was thinking more of the unintentional Dolly Levi, if anyone's ever seen Hello Dolly.
Yeah, fair. That's fair.
Mm. Ironic, I know.
DF, the ultimate matchmaker. Oh wait, there's another
Oh my
connection.
God.
Wait, there's another connection to Rebecca Parham because she's the girlfriend fairy.
I was about to say that.
Huh?
I'm not the practice girl. I'm the girlfriend fairy. You get a
Girlfriend for you.
girlfriend, and you.
Girlfriends for you. Girlfriends for you.
Yeah, ironically, I'm the one who's never been on the date yet. I was voted as best girlfriend to take home to your parents in the yearbook, and also apparently get people together. I'm like, what the hey?
You just have something about you that just a general friendliness and kindness that people just gravitate toward, I guess. Would be the way I'd see it.
That's cute.
I don't know, cause I was the weird girl, and yet there would be guys who would be mean to me one second and then ask me out the next. I'm like, what is going
I mean,
on?
that's how guys do it. It's stupid, but that's how they do it.
Some guys are idiots.
The bit is they hate you until they're horny.
Oh boy. They're like, it would be like,
puberty's
Disney
like.
is stupid. Like, Disney is stupid and childish. And they're like, so what are you doing Saturday night? I'm like, not hanging out with you, since you clearly don't think my interests are stupid.
Asshole.
Asshole. I'm gonna throw my juice box at you. Yeah.
Oof.
I would have thrown my rubber snakes.
What?
I'm not kidding.
You brought rubber snakes to school?
Well, did I mention this one where I got revenge on these girls who kept stealing my juice box and they'd give it back in the weirdest way and pretend they didn't do it. It was really more annoying than what I could classify as bullying, and I didn't want to tell a teacher because it just sounded ridiculous when you said it out loud. And so I got my rubber snake collection. I put them in my lunch bag. And I conveniently leave the table during lunch. They put their hand in to get my juice box, and yeah. And they're like, "Why do you have snakes in your lunchbox?" Like, why is your hand in my lunchbox?
Why is your hand in my lunchbox?
They never did it again. So
Revenge plans that work. And nobody hurt, and nobody gets hurt in the end as well. That's always nice when you can get away clean like that, you know?
And you know, you can't get in trouble for putting rubber snakes in your own lunchbox.
No, you really cannot. You cannot.
Yeah, that's your lunchbox.
You can get in trouble for putting your hand in the lunchbox, though.
Hey,
Exactly.
yeah.
Why
That's
is
why
your
they
hand in
didn't
someone
say
else's
anything.
lunchbox?
That's why they didn't say anything, the teachers.
They're not saying anything. Absolutely
Like,
not.
what are you gonna tell them, that I put snakes in my own lunchbox and when you and scared you when you tried to stick your hand in there?
She has snakes in her
Uh,
lunchbox.
these-
How do you know what's in her lunchbox? You know, you
Just
want
weird
to
out-
really scare the shit out of somebody. Put a fake tarantula in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
my mom
no.
had these fake tarantulas that she would put up during Halloween. They're
Ugh.
terrifying.
Hate that.
Oh, you think that's terrifying? You know what my mom did one Halloween? Like, she just got crazy with all the stuff you could order from Oriental Trading or Party City, and I forget what one specifically, but okay, so she got like these this wall art that she put up in the kitchen that were like of shelves of really gross stuff, like eyeballs in jars and or severed hands, like in the kitchen where we eat. I'm like, Mom.
Your mom sounds like
Very
a character.
grotesque. Well, no, she's pretty much the definition of a mom. When she like a big soccer mom, like she that when she gets involved in something, she will get involved in something like 120%.
She's committed to the bit, huh?
Oh yeah. Like, she was my den mother in Girl Scouts when we had the school plays. She did the costumes. That, like, she pretty
Damn.
much gave people rides with the sports practices and et cetera, and also carpooling at Sunday school and blah blah blah. And
Okay.
you're like, I could barely do anything without my mother being there. Which actually became a problem when I had to do community service, and the community service coordinator is like you got to be doing real service. It can't just be helping your mother at everything. Like, but I'm helping her at charity events. Like, she's always there.
I remember when my mom volunteered us to like wash the dishes at this charity event, and I was like, I wasn't aware that's what we were doing. I thought we were just here for charity things. Oh yeah, it was a bake sale type of charity thing. Oh, bake sale and also auction type charity thing. I made banana blueberry bread.
Ooh, it sounds nice.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, bake sales. Now, the thing is, because we were overseas, Mom had all the American ingredients from the American embassy, like Betty Crocker, that you don't get in Europe. So every time she'd make like Rice Krispie treats or like those Betty Crocker brownies, that they'd like her stuff would sell out very fast.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, and they were like, okay, and like I cooked the banana blueberry bread in like these disposable like mini loaf pans. Well, not they weren't really mini, they were like half sized.
Okay.
But like, and yeah, I just split the recipe in half and like put one half in one tin, the other in the other half. The other half in the other tin. And I was just chilling, and then I saw this woman. I think I brought like 4 loaves. I don't remember how many loaves I brought. And I saw this woman just looking at all the freaking goodies, and then she picked up 2 of my bread loaves, and I was like, oh, I feel special.
Nice.
Yeah,
And like
I'm
I
not
made
really a
them like
bake-
pretty much by myself too, and I think I was like I want to say 13 maybe. So yeah, hooray!
Yeah, I've never really been a baker. Sorry if you hear some motor sound. I think my mom is vacuuming upstairs.
I'm not hearing anything. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, seems all quiet on this front.
Okay, because it sounds like a snoring heffalump.
That's a description. That's a brand new sentence. At least to
Well,
describe
like,
vacuum
I can only think of like the pink elephant scene. I can't remember the heffalump scene at all.
Heffalump
Has anyone seen or played Piglet's Big Game? Like,
Wait,
it was
they made a
after
video game of the big movie?
Okay, but it's yes, and it's like one of the last things John Fiedler voiced Piglet in.
Holy shit.
But it's nothing like the premise of the movie.
Oh no.
Essentially, it's Piglet going into his friend's dreams and defeating the nightmares. And
Weird.
thing is, it scared me as a kid. The way they did the Heffalumps and Woozles just.
Heffalumps and woozles.
Watch
Oh, yeah.
the gameplays, and you'll see what I mean.
I need
all these
to.
scary. It's all these scary for a fun E-rated kids game.
Hey,
With Winnie the Pooh.
I love scary kid shit. What's the name of this again?
Piglet's Big Game. And like there was one particular gamer who was doing that. I forget what the name was. But yeah, that one had really good commentary for it. And when they were saying like that, when like the Heffalump first comes on screen, they're like, that is terrifying.
There's another creepy. Okay, is Piglet's Big Game like a PC thing where it's like just point and click adventure?
I don't know, because this was like this was like 2005 or something. So
I mean,
like I think it was like a PlayStation thing. I don't know.
PlayStation.
I don't know what's available on. Just I only knew about it because my brother's friend had that game, and we would like come over and watch him play it.
Yeah,
and I'd like run from the room.
Hold up, everybody.
And I was the
I'm
older sister, and I was scared.
just gonna do some quick research on this for a sec.
At least look up the images of the Heffalumps. Well, actually, they're scarier when they move.
Okay, let's PlayStation. It's Winnie the Pooh, a 3D platformer. Holy shit.
That sounds like it could get creepy real quick.
Oh, that is fascinating. That is weirdly PS2 and GameCube. Okay. Let's see. Images.
Well, specifically look up images of like the Heffalumps and Woozles. Yeah, they have like enemies like Trumpalump or Woozle Charmings, something like that, or Count Woozle.
Ooh, you said Trump. Trump-a-lump-lump.
That looks weird.
You're fired.
Doesn't look particularly frightening. At least not more.
I
mean,
I just imagine
not
this freaking,
exactly, not exactly more so than the original.
When they start moving and making those sounds and you battle them, it gets real. I don't know, it felt too real to me.
I mean, it could get pretty weird.
I think the tuba one's really.
I see a picture of the tuba one.
Yeah.
He's just a sweet marching band guy. What's wrong with him?
Well, until they give you those scary faces.
Okay, here's an animated GIF, and that doesn't look so bad. Maybe there's something I'm missing. I need to watch the full thing, I guess.
And with the music and the sound effects.
Oh, the Heffalump and Woozle music along with that would definitely add some really spoopy vibes. I'll definitely say that much. But like, I don't know. Again, I liked kind of weird and sort of macabre stuff when I was younger. I liked The Nightmare Before Christmas. I liked the scary bits of Disneyland rides. It's like, it was my jam. But like, I don't know. It's like.
I had a fear of the dark though. So if there were like these creeping enemies that you had to hide from, and I'm in the dark alone in my bed, I get kind of. I mean, I got scared of the Velociraptors from Jurassic Park because then when I'm alone in my bed.
Five Nights at Heffalumps, I guess.
5 Nights at. Oh my god.
Didn't they have an elephant character in like that one, like that Ultimate Custom Night or something?
What's funny though is that Ultimate Custom Night and the Pizzeria Simulator came out at a good chunk of time after I did 4 Nights at Packy's, so that elephant character is one fraction of a frame away from a lawsuit, I swear.
Oh, please.
I'm joking, of course, but like I thought that was, is it a coincidence? I don't know.
Yeah,
Coincidence, I think
I think right now the only one I find legitimately scary is the number 4 where they're in the child's bedroom, like, oh no, flashbacks to childhood.
I actually did complete a full gameplay of that on my channel, and I love that game. That was actually so much fun, and solving the puzzle was so fucking satisfying. It was very spoopy, very stressful in some ways, but and it was a very quiet Let's Play. I think everybody can attest to that. But it was so much fun, at least for me. And I hope you guys definitely enjoyed that, because that's probably one of my favorite streams. It was a real good time. I thoroughly got a kick out of that. Like, just fun up and down, honestly.
Yeah. What's something else that gave me nightmares? Oh yeah, Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty gave me nightmares.
Yeah, that's a creepy one.
But especially that one scene where like she flashes in the darkness during that's terrifying to a 4-year-old, okay?
Oh yeah.
I had nightmares about dinosaurs.
Which
I watched a lot
dinosaurs?
of dinosaurs. T-Rex mostly.
Yeah, my
I
parents
watched a
told
lot
me
of
to
dinosaur shit as a child.
Okay, dinosaurs can be scary when they start trying to eat you.
Wait, when you say dinosaurs, do you mean like Dinosaurs the creature or Dinosaurs the Jim Henson puppet show?
Dinosaurs the creature.
Okay.
Okay, but that Jim Henson puppet show used to wig me out. Those things do not have...
I didn't see that
different,
until I was like an adult, so.
Yeah, they don't have super appealing character design. It's gross.
I'm guessing you're just not a fan of overly detailed puppets or something?
Not the mama, not the mama, not the mama.
Gross.
You're the one who pointed out the Wiggles puppet, so...
Okay. Those are abominations. The dinosaurs are like the dinosaur equivalent of the Country Bear Jamboree. They're designed to look like friendly little cartoon dinosaurs.
Not the mama.
That baby is fucked up.
I never saw the...
Fine.
I dare you to tell me that baby is creepier than the Wiggles puppets, I swear.
I'm lost.
Yeah, I didn't... What Wiggles puppets?
Oh man, look up
No,
Wiggles
not the
puppets.
no. I'm lost about the baby. I'm like, what baby?
The baby,
baby from the dinosaur.
Okay, I
Dinosaur.
didn't watch that show, so... And we were talking about Wiggles, and then we were talking about Country
I'm
Bears, and
the
I'm like, which one
baby,
we
gotta love me.
Oh,
Dinosaur.
those were fucked up.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is the third
no.
person so far that I have subjected to this evening. Unless any of you decided to look up.
That one
that
image
is-
and I remembered it.
Unless anybody in the
like,
chat
yeah.
decided to look up the thing.
And it was like,
I guess that baby is kind of creepy.
The death scene from
I think the baby
Tarzan
looks
gave
fine.
me nightmares.
do
I
it.
don't know, I think the baby looks fine.
Not the mama.
Like,
Not the
wait,
mama, not the
hold-
mama.
I think there was also a time I couldn't watch The Little Mermaid because I was terrified of Ursula.
I was never terrified of any of the Disney villains. Of course, I like creepy shit. I was that weird child who liked creepy shit.
I'm getting terrible flashbacks to 8th grade. My classmate wouldn't stop saying that line.
What line?
Not the mama, I'm presuming.
Not the mama.
I love scary stuff too as a
Okay.
kid, but the only thing that has ever scared me was the Haunted Mansion segment of the Disneyland sing-along video. That's pretty spoopy. They got full suit costumes of like the trees from Snow White's Spooky Forest, and they also got the old walkabout version of Captain Hook, and the Big Bad Wolf, and the witch from Snow White. So yeah, that's a pretty. Oh, and Maleficent. They also had like the Maleficent as well as part of that whole thing. And showing a lot of
Oh, that's
clips
fun.
from inside the mansion, so yeah, it was pretty
It's
spoopy.
funny because the actress for Maleficent was in the Haunted Mansion.
Yes.
Yeah, she was. She was
Invoice.
the crystal
Wherever
ball
they're
lady.
at.
Invoice.
Madame Leota. She was Madame Leota, right?
In
Yeah.
voice
Yeah.
only, she did Madame Leota, and the face was actually the face of Madame Leota, as well as the voice of the "Hurry Back" version at the end of the ride is actually Leota Toombs, who was an Imagineer who worked in the
Yeah.
Imagineering at the
Oh,
time.
yeah. I saw that. I saw them
my
behind the attraction
The hurry
behind the
back
attraction.
like freaking gives me chills
Hurry
every single time.
back. It's probably the spookiest thing in the ride. Like out of a ride that is mostly comedic, ghostly shenanigans, it's a pretty spooky ride. That's probably the spookiest bit.
You need to hear my Grim Grinning Ghosts cover. Apparently I scared people with that.
I did hear said cover. You scared people with that?
Well, somebody's got scared in the comments. I don't remember who. Very bad.
Disneyland in general scared me as a 3-year-old. I don't know why. I am a coward. And it looks like Cosmic Trail's back.
The only
Okay.
like one thing's scared about me. I think the only costume character I was scared of as a kid was the King Louis one. I don't know. There was something unnatural about the face.
I don't know. Never rode the Haunted Mansion. Parents never liked it. Oh, Bella, we need to get you to a Disney park.
Why didn't they like it?
Oh, and by the way, Bella, if you're going
Because
to
it's scary?
if you are
Screw you,
going to
parents.
Disneyland, do not go during Halloween, because they
Oh,
always
yeah.
deck the halls with skulls and cobwebs. Fa la 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 la.
Deck the halls. Deck the halls with
And
skulls
skeletons.
Anyway, so very Nightmare Before Christmas. They also do that in Tokyo, but literally every other Disneyland doesn't have a Haunted Mansion or does not decorate the Haunted Mansion for
Okay, well,
the
Paris
season.
Paris has a different version of the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Like,
I
and it
mean,
has
when
the
I say
Phantom Manor.
doesn't have a Haunted Mansion, I'm more referring to the 2 Chinese ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw that one in the behind the attraction thing. I haven't been to the Chinese ones or the Japanese, so.
If there's anything I have like on my bucket list, it's visiting every Disney theme park.
I do want to see Tokyo, Japan. Now that I know that they have the Beauty and the Beast ride. Like,
Oh.
really there
It
of all
looks-
places.
It looks so gorgeous too from the outside looking in. It's just very.
The animatronics that I saw in the previews, I'm like, it was freaking so fluid. I'm like, oh my god, that is like the cartoon Belle literally brought to life.
Yeah. Now, if only we could bring her to walk around with the guests.
Yeah, like you don't need the actors anymore. No, it's gonna be like that with the AI technology, with those social emotional learning robots they got pumped out right now. I don't know. It was a commercial I saw, and like of like this new robot that teaches kids social emotional learning, and I'm like, no, this is just giving me Chucky flashbacks. This is scary. And yes, I am referring to the reboot as well, because that's kind of what it was.
Okay, okay, so I know that probably some of us here do like some of the more creepy stuff, even as kids, right? Like, some of us do get a kick out of that. What was the point where it was too creepy? What was the creepiest thing as a kid where it was just like, nope, 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 I ain't having that shit?
That one Invader Zim episode.
We're just gonna keep going
Dark
back
Harvest?
No. I never saw Dark Harvest, not until recently.
Oh, I think
The one where Zim takes a kid's eyes out.
that was like
Oh,
the first
Keith.
episode, right?
No, the second.
Not the first episode. That was like,
It was the second
Third?
episode.
yeah, second or third, yeah.
Oh, I think. Oh, I like looking back. It was an episode of the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. You know, that one would really get crazy at times.
No shit.
But I remember one that was like, what the hey just happened was when, yeah, I'm trying to remember the full plot because it was kind of convoluted as the show normally was. You know, Billy ate too much junk food. He had a stomach ache. So, Mandy and Grim, you know, they got these mystical ingredients to cure his stomach ache. He felt much better, but then he had like this growth on his back that turned into a mini, Billy, and then Mandy gives him pretty much a potion that will just that just melted that little Billy, and then she put it in a paper bag and told Billy to dump it, and then Billy goes, "So long, little buddy," but instead of throwing it out, he just eats the bag with. I'm like, what the hell would I just watch?
Jesus.
I know, that was one where it's like, what?
That's certainly a wild one.
I know.
I accidentally watched The Blob as a child.
Oh God, no.
Uh,
I accidentally watched like that one scene from Jaws where the kid gets eaten, and you see the life jacket floating back, and I'm like, ah!
Oh, I was also really afraid of the gremlins as a kid.
ooh.
I was absolutely afraid of the gremlins.
That
Watching
makes
it
a lot
now,
of
it's
sense.
more silly than scary, but like as a kid, I hated it.
You're right.
Funny thing is, I actually watched Gremlins recently because it's like, hey, this is a classic that people love to watch during Christmas, and it's like, is this supposed to be scary, funny, or what? Because I'm not getting either out of this movie for some reason. It's just not hitting me, you know. But hearing,
It's just supposed to be like a silly movie.
but from what I've heard and seen of the second one, I'm probably gonna enjoy that one a lot more. I still haven't watched it yet.
yeah. Second one's really good.
Yeah, because that one definitely feels fresh from the front lawn. What? What the hell's that?
Which is, it's really weird because I watched like the Addams Family movies and I didn't find those creepy at all.
Yeah, it's
Or,
because
like,
they
being a bad
they weren't really scary. Like the monsters weren't like the designs for the monsters were like more cute than scary, and I think they did that on purpose.
The
And
Addams
of
Family.
course yeah.
I was talking about the fact that they were like they had like these low key sadistic kinks.
I mean, yeah.
Sadistic and masochist.
Of course, a child wouldn't find that
Sadomasochist.
terrifying because we're used to freaking Home Alone and like Tom and Jerry and stuff.
Oh yeah, Home Alone. Home Alone. Oh boy, who didn't
Also,
want to be
the
Kevin
thing
as a
I
kid?
secretly watched at a friend's house when I was 10. After that, I stopped trying to be rebellious. Holy shit. Billy and
Ooh, there
Mandy
was
reference. It was the episode where they met Irwin's mom. Billy thought dog poop was shampoo, then steak sauce, until he realizes what it is at the end of the episode. Interesting.
Well, that's just disgusting.
That's not really scary. Okay, here, let me go ahead and give off with mine. Anybody heard of the Book of Pooh?
Yes.
So the Book of Pooh was basically the second time that Winnie the Pooh got turned into a puppet show, oddly enough.
Oh yeah, okay.
But this one was good.
That's true. Now, I love this show to death. I watched it all the fucking time. I know I asked why the fresh from the front lawn reference. That's gross. Anyway, so the whole dealio is, there was this one episode, I don't remember what the episode was about. It was probably about poo and gluttony or something like that. But the thing is that there was a song in the episode that was part of a dream sequence. And the song is called Too Much Honey. And the song itself already has some pretty eerie vibes to it. But the visuals as well, like the weird freaky blue screen puppetry, add on top of weird CGI pop-up book aesthetics and the dissonant harmonies that really try to make this song sound really creepy. It's like, ooh, and it really got me as a kid. Like, watching it back as an adult, it's like, that's pretty effective. That's pretty darn good.
Okay,
but
okay,
like,
I probably wow.
as a kid, it was like, it really freaked me the fuck out. Like,
Okay.
oh, Winnie the Pooh's scary
I
now.
probably missed that episode, like, because I was like, a scary part of Book of Pooh. The only the scary part I could think of was, well, it's not scary, but it was just like how scary it was when Tigger was telling that bedtime story, and then the giant toothbrush brushed everyone in sight. They brushed the buildings, and then you know what it did? No, it got the dental floss.
I think I remember that. They were all having a sleepover, right?
Yes, like
Yeah,
that,
I remember that episode.
Like that's the quote scariest unquote memory I have of Book of Pooh.
Okay,
and
okay,
that's
okay.
not even
I
scary.
remember this other funny thing from the Book of Pooh that actually taught me how to spell the word honey, where it was like, why is it written Hunny? It should be Honey. And I don't know why I remember that specifically. It's so fucking weird.
Dun, 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 dun. Woo.
If I'm gonna hold my, if somebody's gonna hold their hand on someone's back like the way Dorothy is, then the thumb's coming with. Okay. Maybe I can,
Of course, one movie I think where there was a time where I couldn't watch. Like I think Bambi pretty much traumatized most people as kids.
Yeah.
If not Bambi,
Actually,
then
no,
The Lion
not,
King.
actually, not me, because like when I watched it, I didn't understand death yet, so I didn't know what happened.
Well, I understood that creepy music, though you never see the hunter. Like that was never a good thing. That was the genius of it. You never saw the danger, but you knew it was there, and the animals knew it was there. Like the look on the mom's face, just like Bambi, quick, the thicket. It's like, and then you hear the gunshots. Like, oh boy.
I
had no idea
yeah,
what
but
happened.
honestly, if you want to hit kids really hard, though, you really have to be more clear with them, which is why The Lion King really got a lot of people, because you actually really saw it. You actually really...
Well, actually,
did a gag on that.
the reason we never saw a man, originally they did have him as like a character you saw on screen, but Walt felt the character would not really be lovable if he killed Bambi's mother.
I mean, of course he wouldn't be. Wait, what?
The bit.
Exactly. So that's why they just didn't have him there. He was,
There's more.
They didn't want to show him as a character to sympathize with, or potentially sympathize with anyway.
That's entirely fair. And part of the danger of hunters of animals anyway is that the animals often can't see where they're coming from because they train to know how to get around animals' natural instincts. I mean, otherwise Bambi's mom probably would have still been here today.
Yeah, but they did the Jaws theme before Jaws did. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
The shit that got me as a kid.
That music scared me.
I think what got me as a kid was Judge Doom and seeing his eyeballs just all popping out like that.
The literal
For me it was
staring literal daggers.
When he was squished, or when he brought that giant golden saw out. Okay, saws scare me because that's legitimately a terrifying thought of being sawed in half. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do saws. I'm never watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That will be too much.
I hear that.
I have no problem with watching Killer Dolls. I have a problem with the chainsaws.
Okay, we're all in a way theme park people. And we all probably watch the odd children's film from time to time. And we're not talking about animation necessarily, but we are definitely talking about like media that is very specifically and obviously geared toward children. We're not talking about your classic Disney or early Pixar where it's a family affair. We're talking about specifically younger audience.
Or rather, family films, because they have stuff that the parents can see.
Well, actually what I'm talking about is
a lot of I can't fucking be scared of little kid shit, even though there's probably some absolutely horrifying shit.
Well,
Just like as long as it was for me, then I was fine. See, I saw Weird Al's music video for Jurassic Park and was terrified of that shit because I watched Barney get his head chomped off, and I liked Barney. But now, in hindsight, I'm older and I can massively enjoy that video now.
Yeah. Scribe
always...
said Hopper Hopper's death from A Bug's Life. I will say that bird did kind of scare me. I mean, how they made it look so cute yet terrifying at the same time.
I mean, the situation makes it terrifying, but the bird itself always just looked like, man, that's a big fucking bird. Like, I never, for some reason, I didn't quite put together that the bugs were supposed to be bugs because they didn't quite look like bugs as a kid, so it was like, they say they're ants, but at the same time, it's like, well, that's just a big fucking bird. That was it.
Wow. You had a weird perspective thing.
Oh, yeah. It's a matter of scale. And it's like, when the characters we're following are being scaled in a relative human size compared to the camera, it's like, all you can think is, that's a big fucking bird.
Oh, God, you're right. You're right, Autistic Writer. If you think you're a bad person, just remember, parents took their kids to see Sausage Party. Oh, boy. Okay.
Can we get an F in chat for all the idiots?
Okay, yeah.
People took their kids to see Deadpool, too.
Well,
yes, like, working at the movie theater, I'd have to explain to people, it's rated R. You can't bring your 4-year-old in after 6 p.m., okay?
Okay. I want to grant something on that Deadpool thing. And I guess maybe a little bit in regards to Sausage Party, too. Some parents are those kinds of parents. They're the chill, like, I'm just gonna raise my kid with the stuff that I love, and I love me some funny Deadpool movie. Yeah, but other parents are just
idiots who think that, like, since, it's a comic movie, it's for kids.
Yeah, and
there have been so many freaking Karens going online being all like, oh my god, I can't believe that this comic book movie was not for kids.
To answer Fizzy Dizzy's question, it's porn. It's straight up televised animated porn.
It's animated,
so don't look it up.
Food porn, and not food porn in the Instagram or Ratatouille sense, but food porn as in cartoon food fucking each other.
Okay, yeah. And yeah. I remember when I was on my bathroom break at the movie theater, and I hear these ladies going, "Oh, I can't believe this movie had so much swearing and it was totally inappropriate for my kid." Like I know it's rated R, but usually that's not so bad. Like, oh, come on, it's rated R for a reason.
You didn't realize that the rating you're looking for, lady, is PG-13, probably.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah, and I remember when this family,
hard freaking core. Like they freaking take that to the. They take that shit to the limit.
The number of
remember when
underage
Incredibles
kids
was rated PG and it had some. Incredibles 2 was rated PG. PG and had some swears in it, and people were like, I can't show my kids because it has a swear, and it's like, it's PG, they can get away with that, shut up.
And then of course Brad Bird fired back with that whole on Twitter, like, it's not a kid's film, it is an animated film rated PG. Like, he fired back on that whole kids film argument. It was like, let me make something abundantly clear, jackass. It's like,
one guy, I can't remember who it was, but one guy was trying to argue, being like, animation isn't a genre, it's a medium.
Yeah.
You're right.
The guy he was talking to about it was like, well, it has to be in the same category. And this guy didn't say it to him, and didn't say this to him, but my first thought was, so we just need to, so we can categorize Caillou, a show made specifically for 4-year-olds to teach 4-year-olds how to behave and shit, in the same category with Rick and Morty.
Yeah, it's
a show for adults that has a lot of adult themes in it, and swearing and drinking and sex and all of that shit. You're saying we can lump those together simply because they're both animated.
It's like, I think there's a fundamental disconnect. What the guy is really trying to think of is cartoon. Because, like, Siskel and Ebert, had to learn over the years. Like Ebert once said about The Emperor's New Groove, I've had to learn over the years to call films animated films as opposed to cartoons. This is a cartoon, and I mean that as a compliment.
Yeah, I know.
And the thing is, like, what the guy is really thinking of is not like animation as a medium. What he's thinking of is cartoon as an off-the-walls, ridiculous, rules-breaking comedy that live action could not portray. It's like cartoon could probably be considered its own genre, but cartoon is also just, especially in the animation community, shorthand for animated series. Avatar: The Last Airbender, cartoon. Assassination Classroom, cartoon. SpongeBob, cartoon. It's like, you could just call these things cartoons because that's the medium of animation on TV. It's like, you have animated films, and then you have cartoons. It's like, that's kind of like the dichotomy. It's like, it's shorthand. It's like trying to say, like, animated television series is just a mouthful. Just call it a cartoon. Call it what it is.
Yeah, yeah. The number of middle schoolers that would like come to the movie theater, and I had to explain to them what rated R means.
It means restricted. It means not for people under the age of 17.
Unless you have an adult with you and like a guardian, like you have to.
Exactly.
It's like
there was one group. There was one group of kids that who wanted to see Zombieland 2, and like, sorry, well, it's rated R. Are either of you 17? And like, neither of them looked 17. And it like, but our parents let us watch the first Zombieland. Like, yeah, at home.
There's just a general like construct of the public things. It's like, if you're out in
public,
it
gets better. It gets better. They called their mom. And the mom asked to, and like my mom wants to speak to you. Like you can let them watch this. Like, yeah, by that, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. Why don't we just get them some beer while we're at it? Since you say it's okay. No, we have the rules
it doesn't
for a
freaking
reason.
matter.
It's
the rules. It's the law of the freaking movies.
There's a societal...
If you're okay with letting the kids watch R-rated movies at home with your permission, fine. And in the movie theater, it's a different thing.
In the movie theater, you need an adult with an ID. Otherwise, they ain't get... Like, that's the thing. Like, it's not that kids can't watch R-rated movies in the theater. It's that these rules are in place because you don't just want anyone. You don't bend the rules for one person. Otherwise, it's like you give them an inch, they walk all over you. It's like, you can't just bend the rules for one person. Otherwise, everybody would start doing it.
Yeah, also the reason we had you can't have anybody under 6 in an R-rated movie after 6 p.m. because by that point, you got a lot of adults going into those R-rated movies who are getting hammered.
That's a pretty good point.
Or getting hammered.
Yeah, we had to explain to a family why they couldn't bring their 3-year-old into Child's Play. Like, I know child is in the title, that doesn't mean it's a kid's movie. Like, if you want a movie about talking toys, go watch Toy Story 4. Which was out at the same time.
Hey, Toy Story 4 also has a creepy doll in it, so there you go. It's got the...
And a kid named Andy. Yeah.
Oh!
Anyway, the customer doesn't love you. The customer will never love you. The customer sucks. And here's an example. I used to work at Subway.
Oh, you don't have to say anymore.
No, let him go. These anecdotes usually are pretty good.
Oh, boy.
This is a story I've probably told you before, or at least definitely Comic has heard before.
I've heard all your anecdotes.
I did a whole speech on this.
Ah, yes, I love this story. This is great.
Yeah, this guy with a vaguely European accent. I can't tell what, like fucking Russian? I don't know. Anyway, he busts in and is like, I need no sandwich. And I ask him, excuse me, sir, do you have the original sandwich or the receipt? And he's like, no. And those are the only rules to getting a free sandwich from Subway if we fuck up your order. It is
like,
just,
did you eat the sandwich that you want returned on?
if you don't have the sandwich, you need the receipt. If you don't have the receipt, you need the sandwich. See how this goes? You need at least one of these items of proof that the sandwich ever existed.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I remember when I had to keep telling people that over the phone, who called on the phone, that like, you can't refund tickets over the phone. Like, well, why not? Well, I can't see the actual tickets that you have here. Well, and I have to like And if you want to switch them out for another showtime, I have to physically give you the tickets. Like, well, what? How about you mail them to me? I'm like, no.
Work. Anyway, this guy fucking yells at me. He's like, it had mustard on it. I did not mustard. It had a hair in it. And I'm like, sir, it's like, you made it. And this is where I can sort of tell this guy is bullshitting me. Because I was just on my lunch break. I did not make that sandwich. And I tell him, it was probably my coworker. And he goes, call her. And I'm like,
the entitlement on this guy.
She just fucking left. She's just fucking left, and I don't have her phone number. I guess I could probably go find it, but
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna do that. It gets better though.
Oh,
I tell him, hold on a minute, I'll call my manager.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. You should have done.
So I called my manager, and my manager, I love this man. He was one of the coolest managers to ever live. But fuck, he gave me the worst advice. I'm like, this guy's yelling at me for a free sandwich, what do I do? And he's like, tell him if he's gonna be like that, you can't help him. I was female presenting at the time, and 19 probably. So I, as one could assume, a young woman walking up to this guy who's about my height but twice my width. I can't take him in a fight if he decides to beat the shit out of me for being not male.
Oh boy.
I don't know what he's about. He's just demanding free food.
What a funny guy.
Anyway, my boss, I decided not to follow his advice and just say verbatim what I said before, but my manager said it too, so haha. Which was fair. It was like, I'm sorry, my manager said if you don't have the receipt or the original sandwich, we cannot help you. And he's like, ugh! And then leaves. And then everybody in the store is just kind of like, ooh, okay.
Hey, like every time, like if you ask to see the manager's just gonna say the same thing.
I mean,
Yeah,
in most scenarios.
Time, too. What do these people like? What do these people think is gonna happen?
There's a little more to the story.
The manager isn't
there's more?
Just one more.
So I finished this old man's sandwich. It was like in the front of the line. This old man, it looked like he was in a hurry to get somewhere. So I finished his sandwich, and
Did
right
he play
behind him.
too? Did he play knick-knack on your shoe?
Look. Anyway, he's like. Anyway, I finish up with him, and then there's two Asian ladies behind him in line who say, "Hey, we used to work at Dave & Buster's. He tried to scam us there too."
Wow.
Wow.
So this guy is a serial scammer.
You should share this on like what was like r/Tales from customer service.
Exactly.
Tales from Retail, I think.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh wait. Oh. I don't know if this is the name of anything, but this should totally be a thing. Retails from the Crypt. That was funny, and you know it.
Usually the manager will side with the customer. That's the thing, because the manager really, what they want from the customer is to get them to shut up and get the fuck out. So they'll give them whatever they want just to make sure they leave. My manager has told me to, okay, just give the bastard free stuff to get him out of your hair. And I'm like, okay.
I can give you a cookie? Do you want a cookie?
I remember some European guy who wanted a refund on his ticket because he didn't like that the place smelled like popcorn. I'm like, why did you come to the movies? I didn't say that, but
what?
Actually, no. If I recall, he didn't ask for a refund on his ticket. He just stormed out of the movie theater like, I don't like the movie and I don't like the smell of popcorn. And he just ran out and he didn't even ask for a refund. Like, okay, I could have given you a refund, but okay.
Fucking weirdo.
What's really funny about that particular instance is like, you know, this isn't the 1920s anymore. The movie theater scene has changed a lot.
And there were these two old ladies who like asked for a refund like 1 minute before the movie started. Like, we want a refund because the movie should have started 20 minutes ago and it's still trailers. Like, ma'am, that's how it's like at the movie theaters. No, it's not. Like, it's like that everywhere, ma'am. It's been like that for years.
You might as well tell them not to.
Since the golden age of dinosaurs.
You might as well tell them not to play the funny. You might as well tell them not to play the funny M&M's ad that tells you to silence your cell phone. You know, it's like it's just the movie theater experience, guys.
And you know, people prefer it because then they got like 25 minutes after the showtime to still get their popcorn and stuff.
Well, there's that, and there's also for me seeing what the next coming attractions are. You know, for me it's like, all right, movie theaters, show me another reason to come back here in a few weeks.
And believe me, every time the line's backed up for a Marvel movie, you would appreciate those extra 25 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Precisely.
Even though sometimes the lines got too long that we couldn't even do it in that much speed. This is why you show up an hour in advance for a very big movie that just came out, okay?
Oh, yes.
like that's movie theater etiquette.
I love coming to movie theaters where nobody... I love when I'm the only one who cares about an animated film.
Because there's nobody else.
Oh my gosh.
Theater.
Oh my gosh. I remember me and my siblings, most of my siblings. One of them wasn't there. Anyways, it was me, my little sister, my older sister, and my little brother. We all went to see Detective Pikachu, and the entire theater was empty.
Wow.
It was
Really?
empty.
I remember when Sonic the Hedgehog came. I remember when Sonic the Hedgehog came out, we ended up selling out seats. It came to a point where I had like one seat left, and then this mother comes with her, small child, and I'm like, well, I only have one seat. I came up with a solution. Your child seems small enough if you want to share a seat, but I'm still gonna have to charge you for 2 tickets. And she's like, all right, fine. And then the next couple in line's like, we want to see Sonic the Hedgehog. I literally just sold the last seat. Sorry. Unless you want to be standing in the handicapped wheelchair spots.
That desperate to see Sonic.
Imagine being that desperate to see the blue blur. Just like...
It was a good movie. That was like, when we were cleaning up the movie theater to close for 6 months. Because of the pandemic, and our manager said, well, you've done everything early, so how about this, that we put on a movie and then you clock out, so you'll still be paid for watching the movie. What movie you guys want to see? It has to be one of the ones that we actually have. And we were like, Sonic? Yeah, sure, let's watch Sonic as our big farewell movie.
Honestly, I think that was a lot of people's big farewell movie, because it was one of the last movies everybody saw in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I think
true.
Onward was
I went to see it twice. I was like supervising 2 autistic dudes to see it in the theater, and it was so nice being in the theater with my twin brother going, "It's Sonic." It was very wholesome.
Aww. Yeah, I think Onward was also one of the last releases, and of course it didn't really do well at the box office because everybody was staying home.
Because Onward wasn't that good.
Yeah.
I'm
Are you
sorry.
kidding me? I cried, okay?
Oh, I cried too, but that was more of my own emotional baggage.
God. I still haven't seen Onward.
It wasn't a
you
matter
should
of it
watch
not being good. It was a matter of we were in a global pandemic. Nobody was going to the movie theater.
Just saying, it's not one of Pixar's greats.
Sadly, my mom was the Karen getting kicked out of the movie theater. Holy crap.
Don't
What?
know, I was too little to remember. Aw, you can't tell us.
Oh, man. Man, I was gonna say something in regards to, like, the guy at Subway and, like, get, like, a story going on about, like...
Yeah, the ladies in line actually bought me a coffee. It was very cool.
Aw, that's sweet. That's nice. When you, like, got the courteous people in line who are like, you didn't do anything wrong.
Go down and hey, like, we recognize that bitch.
That bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, that whore.
So here's a funny story where I was once accused of being racist when I was not. Okay, so we had like the Premier Access line and we had the regular line.
All right.
Like you had to pay a membership to go in the shorter line, and I take the guy from there because at that point I was the only one on register, and and he just happened to be white, but yeah, I take him, and then like two other coworkers just come on shift, and you know, because of the order of how it's set up, they're gonna take the premier line, and like, okay, and then so I start taking the regular line, and the next person's an Asian woman, and the next person is a black man, and while I'm about to take that guy's order, this other black man comes to the premier line like, hey, are you being racist by taking that guy? Like, what? No. Like, well, it seems like you're being racist, and he just storms off while another black guy is in front of me, and I'm about to take his order, and I'm like, and so the nice black guy's like, yeah, I don't think you did anything wrong just now, okay? Okay, what would you like?
Okay,
You
good.
didn't do anything
Okay,
wrong.
good, 'cause I wasn't sure. I'm never sure. I'm never sure of
Like,
anything.
so you're accusing me of being racist while I'm actually in the process of serving another black guy? Like, what?
And what about the Asian woman? Like, that's two people of color in line for you, pal. Like, what are you on about?
Like, I'm sorry I didn't take you. I didn't take you because my coworker was going to take over for that line.
It's just a matter of circumstance, bub. Ain't just...
Like, it's like I hate
That's a
that.
weird-
I even remember when we had, like, it was one of the Avengers movies when, like, both the premiere line and the regular line were very long, and you know, I was like alternating because we were a little short staffed at the moment, and the lady from the premiere line complains about waiting 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes is what she said for her food. Like, I paid extra, so I wouldn't have to wait that long. Like, 5 minutes, and then the next person to take from the regular line's like, I had to wait for 30 minutes. Like, you know what, I sympathize with more, but I can't win here.
Yeah. Imagine being an employee at the hands of a very rude customer. Really?
Like, I can't win. It's like,
Really?
okay, you waited 5 minutes. The
don't
person
have
after
to
you waited
wait.
30 minutes. Like, you had nothing to complain about, miss. I waited 5 minutes.
5 minutes for food? What do you think this is, a fast food joint?
Fucking,
Even then, like, that's actually pretty normal amount of time to wait for fast food. Like, you want to think, like, how long you wait for food at, like, any other restaurant establishment? It's probably about, like, 10 minutes or so. So, like
Yeah, and considering it was an Avengers movie, yeah, that was like the best we could do with the shorter line. Thank you very much.
yeah.
I'm part of me's glad I'm not working there anymore. I mean, I had some fun times. I like the free movies, but man, the people you meet.
I know, right?
And it just got worse when we reopened for the pandemic, and like, oh great, now we got totally entitled people during a pandemic, so it's even worse.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta
I
gotta
just had a
double down on
memory
the entitlement.
resurface.
Sir,
Like,
could you please
here we
put
go.
on a mask?
no masks, unvaccinated, and all the fun shit
Oh,
everybody
there was
loves to
the
deal
guy
with.
there was the guy who pulled down his mask and looked at me and said, I've already had COVID, so it's fine. I'm like, that does not make me feel any better. And then my manager kicked the guy and his friend out, but then she's like, oh, I can't believe that he flirted with you. I'm like, that was flirting? What? Did I miss something?
Huh?
I was like,
Alright.
I know I'm usually so on the
Anyway, I
uptake
just-
when someone's flirting with me, but you gotta be kidding me. That was not flirting.
No, that doesn't even sound like
That was
halfway.
Boasting about already having the virus and being
I
immune
got a
now, even though
disease,
that's not
I'll
how the
never-
virus works.
I got a disease, I'll never get it again.
Or actually, unless it's
I
like
just
that thing where
had a
some,
memory resurface where
unless it's,
where,
yeah, oh sorry.
sorry. I just had a memory resurface where this poor woman, it was the saddest thing ever, just had this awful entitled child, and she was having me constantly remake stuff for her because she just had all these people to get stuff for, and the child was being so awful and entitled. And it was like, kid was like 5.
Whew.
And there's this old lady who's just like sweet as can be. And I'm like, just reprimand the child, please. Discipline the baby. I won't get mad.
Yeah, I don't get why some people won't do that. Like, yeah, 5 years old, yes, is kind. I mean, I mean, a lot. I mean, half of the 5-year-olds will still be in the egotism stage where they only see their perspective. But even then, you could still like teach them some manners.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Tell them no. And if they
I
start
had
screaming, tell them if you don't stop screaming, we're going home, and you're not getting anything, to eat.
You know,
Yeah,
Well-
they tell. Yeah, the advice they give these days is that don't tell your kids no. Just saying hitting hurts, soft touches instead. Like, but they still gotta learn the meaning of the word no, right? Like, I know you don't want to use negativity, but you gotta teach them no so that when they get older, they'll be like, yes, okay, fine.
also,
Oh, there was this one woman who replaced the word no with octopus.
What?
It's just like,
that's just
Yeah.
creepy.
just like, okay, now you're
Now it's just
replacing
confusing.
one negative word with a different word, and to that child, that different word now is going to be the negative word.
yeah.
Nothing about what you're doing makes sense, ma'am.
It's absolutely bonkers and a half. Okay, let me paint you a picture of
Anyway.
of pretty decent disciplinary action. In terms of like if your child is being a total asswipe, just a little shit,
Okay.
Once upon a time, used to live in Southern California. We had annual passes and whatnot, and I had to have been really young because I don't remember this personally. But this anecdote has been told to me before, and it sticks with me. Basically, my mother was taking me to Disneyland, walking in, and like something got me upset, right? Something got me upset. Like maybe there was a ride that was closed. And or something that like there was not going to happen or something got me to be really screamy and cryy, and my mother told me like if you don't stop this right now we're gonna go home, and clearly I didn't stop, and what did we do? We went home. And she says she got a lot of odd looks from people like, what the hell is she doing? And while it's very clear from my mother's perspective, we have annual passes and we're gonna be back here next week. The fact is that I'm pretty sure probably half of those people reacting that way may have been out-of-towners or people who just couldn't fathom ever doing such a thing to their child, It's like, my precious angel, how can you treat your little spawn like that, It's like,
At the same time, that does seem a little like a little extreme for like one instance of screaming and crying.
again, I don't remember why I was upset. I only remember the part of the anecdote where it's like, if you don't stop like complaining right now, we're gonna go home. And really,
To be fair, true to her word.
and yeah, like she didn't pussyfoot around it. She actually stuck to it. And of course, without consequence. Like, sure, there was a consequence that day, but ultimately, no money wasted, no money burned. Like, it was like, we will eventually be back when you learn how to calm down and use your words. Like, whatever the hell had me upset, I don't know.
Okay, here's a situation I got a write up for. This is funny.
Uh-oh.
I had to tell. Okay, so I was working really hard trying to get someone's lunch done because it was lunch rush and I was left alone in the restaurant again for like the 100th time. I was dying. But anyway, I'm half an hour late getting this one couple's lunch done, and they're with their kids and stuff. And their kids are swinging on the front door, which is causing this constant beep 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 beep, because it goes beep 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 every time you open the door.
Boy.
Because that's when a new customer comes in. So I ask, hey, so I address the kids directly and say, hey, could you please stop swinging on the door? It is causing a noise that is making me very anxious. And I say this to her kids. And later on, I got a bad review on Google or something, because this lady went and said, this person took half an hour with my food and said a rude remark about my children. And I'm like, no, if anything, I said a rude remark to your children, not about them. It is completely different.
Mhm.
Anyway, yeah, that's how my manager was like, okay, you can let me off with a warning.
Okay.
I have the coolest fucking manager who just like hears things like that. I'm just like, ah, okay.
I really miss Mario. He was a really chill guy.
He was the cool.
His name was Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Call
I
Mario.
I hated when I had to be tough with the kids I was working with when with their online learning during the pandemic, because they were extremely sensitive, and they just and there would be times where they're like didn't want to do anything. They refused to do their homework, and my disciplinary action would be like to take away a toy they were playing with, and I'd even warn them, like there were points where they would get physical too. So okay, I'm gonna take away these toys, all right, and I'd say you get them back at the end of the day once you're done with school, like, and then they I remember the little one, she like tried to get past me so that she could reach the chair and go to the cabinet where her toys were being kept. Like, yeah, like it was like, yikes, like, okay, like was I wrong to do that?
No.
It's wrong.
I mean, when I would babysit my little cousin, very hyperactive child. He doesn't learn shit unless he learns it the hard way. So, I remember one time I was babysitting him, and he was like rocking back and forth on this freaking like stool, like one of those high stools like that you put at a bar.
Yeah.
He was rocking back and forth on that stool, and I was like, if you keep doing that, you're gonna fall backwards and hit your head and hurt yourself. And he's like, no, I'm not. I've been doing this all day. I'm fine. I'm just like, all right. And then his parents come home and they pay me, and then I leave. And then the next time I saw his mom, she was like, oh, by the way, after you left, my son fell backwards in the chair and hit his head and like hurt it really bad. And he was like screaming and crying at me, saying, "Zoe warned me and I didn't listen." And like, did she?
Well, that's technically not your fault.
Hey, I gotta applaud that. I gotta applaud that kid for honesty. You know.
Wow.
At least he wasn't. At least he wasn't. At least he wasn't being a little shit about it. At least he was like, I should have listened to my cousin.
I didn't know what to do sometimes, because I got into an argument with a kid when she had food on her face, so I told her to go wash her face, and then she just refused to do it, and yeah, and she's like, you don't scare me. Like, oh boy.
Oh, you want to play that card, kid?
Yes, exactly.
Adults can be scary.
Ugh. Yeah, but I couldn't put them in a timeout either, because it's exactly what they wanted, a timeout away from school, and when they're in class. So, like, yeah, it was tough figuring out what they're gonna do, and then they get into the whole like, you don't like me, you hate me. They even played the race card at some point. I'm like, wow.
Hey man, I'm gonna put that on screen for a second.
Oh, my Ed.
Yeah, this is good. Ed's. We're gonna.
I drew Ed boys.
Oh my goodness, I was just looking at fan art of Ed Boys like the other day.
Get a load of this, guys.
There's Ed boys.
Ed Boys.
This is Lemon is a top tier artist, and if you aren't following him, that's all right. I'm kidding. Go follow him right now. You're committing a big crime if you don't follow him right now.
I almost
Jesus
fell backward
Christ,
in a
what'd you
chair.
do?
Just like, hold on, I almost fell backward in a chair.
I'm not bothered by my nephew's and niece's temper tantrum because I was that kid that threw temper tantrums. So I know the games they play. Ooh.
Kids would beat me every time. I could never fucking deal with that.
Comic
I
has
was
us at
so good.
gunpoint. Go follow him.
I tried to teach the kids like ways to regulate their emotions, like stop, breathe, and count to 3, or something. But like, or just take a deep breath, and they're like, no. Well, great. How am I supposed to do that if they're in this mindset of just, this fixed mindset of no, 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 no? Not even like, no, it's okay, it's okay. No, it's not okay.
I mean, that's still me.
And that's
It's
when
okay,
I
calm down.
learned.
Like, it's not okay, and I'm not going to calm down.
And that is when I learned the advantages of ignoring.
Yeah.
If the kid is not in any danger, if the kid doesn't have any specific needs that need to be met, like they're hungry or something, just turn your back. Don't even look at them. Don't respond to them, even if they say things like, I hate you, you hate me, you are mean. Just let them get it out, and eventually the length of those tantrums will lessen.
Yeah, I think one of those things is like kids just don't necessarily have an understanding of what they want, even, let alone what they need.
It's like, get them a moment to vent. Don't say anything. Not even just, it's okay, or calm down, because that will just set them off, and they will like, I will not calm down.
Yeah, have you ever talked to an adult like that? I mean, they'll do the same in some instances. I refuse. I have no chill.
I mean, there have been instances where I sass the people, where I've, like, oh my gosh, this actually happened, like, in my adulthood. Like, I would like, I remember one time I was, like, super freaking upset about something. I don't remember what I was upset about. But somebody was like, calm down, it's fine. And I was like, I'm magically cured, thank you!
The 10-year-old who had that really crazy tantrum because I wouldn't let him have his cookie for dessert because he hadn't finished his lunch. But I'm done with my lunch. Like, if you're not hungry for your lunch, you're not hungry for your cookie. You can have your cookie later, though, if you're not hungry now. And then he got into this kind of crying zombie state where he's, like, trying to go for his cookie. He's like, I want a cookie, I want a cookie, I want a cookie. Note, he's 10 years old. Like he was trying to go for where the cookies were hidden. I had to put them on a high shelf. He's like, I want a cookie, I want a cookie. And then the mom comes up from work. She's like, what happened? I said he could have his cookie after he finished his lunch. He didn't finish his lunch, so I told him he could have it later. If he's not hungry. It's like, yeah. It's like, I'm not being unreasonable here, am I?
No.
No, not
Like,
really.
finish your lunch, then you can have your dessert. That's the rule.
You know, DF.
Definitely.
I don't know what your future looks like, but you would definitely make a great mom.
Thanks. Well, I think you'd make a great dad. You already got the jokes down.
You hear that, everybody? My jokes are funny.
No, your jokes are dad jokes. She never said they were funny.
Dad jokes are
Some
always
of them are.
funny.
I do different.
That retails from the crypt, though. That was a dad joke.
Hey, Retails from the Crypt is gonna be my new sitcom. It'll be like in the world of Duck Hunt, it'll probably be like the show within a show or something. Like Retails from the Crypt.
I did think about once writing down all my experiences as a movie theater, and I would call it Confessions from Concessions.
I love that.
I don't know, but I'm not really good at writing nonfiction stories, because then I get a lot of people saying, there's no way that would have happened. Like, yeah, try living it. Like, no, every time I tried to write nonfiction stuff, like I wrote about the creepy guys, like who follow me. Like, it just sounds like a guy who has a crush. Like, come on! Like, you're not seeing it in my perspective here.
Just because someone has a crush doesn't mean their behavior is appropriate.
Like, just because you have a crush on you doesn't mean you
Yeah.
have to say yes to them.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I think, like, there, like...
Oh my god! Oh, sorry, you finish your thing, but I'm gonna, like, tell a story after you're done.
Yeah, stalkers are serious. Yeah, like, do not let them have control over you. like at all. Do not let a stalker get to you in any way, shape, or form, because that's exactly what they want. Like they want, like.
And if they don't take no for an answer, that's a serious red flag. Come on, did you guys watch Beauty and the Beast? Like, come on.
Like,
that's gone with the no.
If we may put into perspective, if I may put it into perspective for a bit, it's like, how are you treating the whole creepy guy, the stalker in the story, exactly?
It's like saying, like I kept trying to say no, trying to put him down gently, but he keeps going.
That should, like, and the thing is, like, I don't think, like, if that story is gonna hit well for, you know, people who are not getting the point, it needs to be, like, I mean, maybe not as extreme an incel as Hal and, like, with Roxanne in Megamind, but the same thing where it comes back later and at least a little harder, where it's like, no, you will not. You just don't get it, do you?
and this is why I can't write nonfiction, because then I have to make up stuff to make people see my point.
That's the thing, though. It's like people are gonna be able to find it easier to relate to the fictional scenario than they are to a necessarily nonfiction one. And it's like being able to represent the exact same scenario with fictional characters and really getting how the fictional character feels about it. It's like here's the thing. You really got to give a biased read on the scenario. And that's how people sympathize with good characters and they boo the villains in any scenario. It's like you make a biased story. It's always like you pick a side when it comes to fiction. It's like that's how people read these stories. So it's like it's very rarely anybody says, well, Darth Vader kind of has a point. It's like, no, he's an asshole. It's like,
no, like I can't write nonfiction because then I have people going, well, why didn't you do this instead? Like,
it's like it's your life, damn it. It's not, you know, they call it autobiography because it already happened and we can't change the past, so why do you keep thinking, like, you know, in terms of fiction you can rewrite, but in nonfiction you should just take the story as is. There's absolutely no rewriting it.
It's like so why didn't you say yes to this guy? Like, did I mention he called me stupid? And then the same day he tried to get me to dance with him. He didn't even ask. He grabbed my arm and went, let's dance.
Like, no. You called me stupid earlier, and I don't appreciate that.
Even if you did, I'd still have a bad taste in my mouth about it, so, no, fuck off.
Okay, anyway, what are you going to say, Z?
Well, okay. So, this was probably, like, back in 2015, maybe. I think 15. But anyways, no wait. It doesn't matter what year it was, but it was like a long time ago. Yeah,
it's been 84 years.
It's been 84 years. But like, there was this dude who was like chatting with me on Twitter. And like, he would always talk about how lonely he was and shit, and of course me being way too nice back then was like, oh no, it's okay. You'll find yourself a girl one day. Blah 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 blah.
But not
and
here.
like, and I remember like shortly after me and my boyfriend at the time broke up. Like he went to me like feigning sorrow and stuff, and like, oh, I'm so sorry you guys broke up, and blah 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 blah, and I was like, yeah, no, it's fine, it's whatever, and freaking, I ended up getting, sometime later, I ended up getting with a friend of mine who like helped me out through, like a different friend of mine who like helped me out through that breakup, and he was like, really like, and he was like, really chill about and he was like, really helpful and stuff, and like started dating him. And then as soon as I told the other dude that I was talking to on Twitter that I was dating my friend, got so freaking mad, like I owed him a date. Like, oh, I was there too. I was there to help you through your breakup too. And I was like, yeah, but I've known this guy longer, and we both click in that way. And it's just like, fuck off. And it's just like he was so mad, like I owed him a date, and it's just like, I don't owe you shit, dude.
No, yeah.
You
don't owe anybody anything. Wow. Well, this conversation got fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and oh my gosh. And like after all that happened, he tried to stay friends with me and be friendly with me and all that. And of course, I was way too damn nice, so I kept being friends with him.
Oh, lordy.
Man.
Right.
You know, let this be a lesson to everyone in the chat. Sometimes it's not the guy who can't get a clue. It's just it could be you may be leading him on. Try to be clear. And if he really can't get a clue, well, there you go.
Look, I start with no, and that doesn't work.
But I was being clear that you'll find the right girl one day. I wasn't saying he wasn't saying, oh, like you or anything, and I was like, I was just being nice. I was just like, telling him, oh, you'll find the one like me and X, because
yeah, that's not leading someone on. That's just not
that's just me, being nice.
Man, you gotta read both sides of the scenario, because one person, I think Megara put it best, but they think no means yes and get lost means take me, I'm yours.
No, I will not see it from that perspective. I refuse to see it from that perspective because
he doesn't deserve the time of day, and I understand that.
So shut up.
He certainly doesn't.
No, he was. Oh my god.
Like,
God, and it wasn't like I never said anything that was, oh yes, someone just like me, haha, wiggle wiggle wiggle. No, I was just being nice, trying to get him to calm the fuck down, because that's like pretty much all he ever talked about, like how lonely he was and stuff, and like he talked about how his ex-girlfriend, and the only reason why she's his ex is because she got into a car wreck and she's dead.
Ouch.
And he was like, I miss her so much. What? It's just like oh yeah, that sucks. It sucks, dude. It sucks. It sucks that happened. I don't know how the fuck to communicate with people.
That sucks, dude.
Dude. Like, that sucks, dude.
Wow.
That don't sound very nice.
That sounds very.
And ever since she died, I haven't been able to find another one like her, and I'm just like.
Okay, that is straight up like dark empathy there. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's some twisted shit.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but like, I almost went out with a guy because. Well, for the sole reason that he was the only one who seemed sincere, and he wasn't one of the guys who was mean to me. So I'm like, okay, get this first date out of the way. But then the week goes on, and suddenly everyone is whispering about us being a couple when we haven't even gone out yet. And
yes.
I start realizing. Yeah, I start talking. I even start talking with my friend. Like, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure this is a good idea. And she's like, well, you like the guy, right? I'm like. No, I don't like the guy. And I'm like, oh my god. And I was thinking, if I go out with him, I'm going to feel like I'm leading him on. Maybe I should just break it off. So I go tell him, like, oh, look, I changed my mind. I don't think it's a good idea. Well, I don't like you that way. And I thought, maybe this is a mercy rather than sparing, like doing months of just leading on with no feelings. And then he's like, well, how can you say no to this beautiful face? I'm like, sorry. Like, I've changed my mind. I was trying to be clear, like, no, I changed my mind, please please, I don't want to do this anymore. And it took my friend coming in and saying, she doesn't like you anymore. She likes someone else. And I'm like, yeah, let's just go with that. Fine, whatever works. Try to tell the truth.
Oh my god, there was a dude that like asked me out in like freshman year of high school. And like I told him I'd think about it. Cause like I didn't
God, you did not say that.
I told him I'd think about it. He just wanted he like, oh god. I remember it was almost Valentine's Day too. I told him I'd think about it. And like I didn't like him that way. Like I talked to him like after class and stuff, but that's only because he was the only other kid there, and like, you know, it was like the end of the school day, and like I had nothing better to do than to just catch the bus. I just decided to talk to him.
Yeah.
And like I was just, you know, and you know, he was friendly. We were friendly. We were just being friendly and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He asked, and like, you know, not too long into the school year. Wait. It was like around February, I remember, because shortly after that it was Valentine's Day. So we were probably in school for a few months at that point. Anyways, he asked me. Yeah, he came up to me, very ballsy, by the way. Hello? Who left?
What?
Oh no, Min left.
Anyway, he came up very ballsy.
Anyways, he was like, "Aw, bye, Min."
Yeah. Sayonara, brother.
So, yeah, he just like, you know, he probably had never asked out a girl before, because I will say, he was not that good looking. Like traditional, like in the traditional sense, I will say that. So you've probably never asked out a girl before, so I commend his bravery. Came up to me and he asked if I wanted to go out. I told him I'd think about it. Then I talked then I talked to my mom about it. And my mom thought I was asking her permission to ask out the guy, and like, nah, I wasn't. But okay. And like, of course, me being a very, you know, socially awkward, confused freshman high schooler.
Fair enough.
I came back the next day, and like, I gave him a note saying, sure.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. It begins.
And like, freaking, like, I just agreed to a date. I didn't agree to anything else. I agreed to a date. But I think when he asked me out, I think what he was thinking was, will you be my girlfriend? Which he should have been a little bit more specific, because the dude after that was like, you know, texting me and like saying that he loved me and shit, and I was just like, we haven't gone on a date yet. And this was like a few days after I said sure. And I was like, we haven't even gone on a date yet, my dude. And like I was just so freaking flustered. I didn't know what to freaking say. Like, this was like in a phone call too. This wasn't in a text. Mm-hmm. And he said I love you, and I was like, okay, bye, and I hung up.
That's it. Yeah.
And like, oh my gosh, I had, and like after that, I was like, I like walked up to him, and I was like, dude, you're going too fast. Slow the fuck down.
That is going too fast. Gosh.
I remember, I can't remember if I said that before or after he gave me a box of chocolates for Valentine's Day. He gave me like a heart-shaped box of chocolates for Valentine's Day, and he gave me a card that was like saying, oh, you're perfect, you're the one for me. And I was just like, no, I'm not comfortable with this, not comfortable at all.
Like, I would have been fine with the box of chocolates if it was chocolate I liked. Like, shows you know what kind of candy I like. But the card kind
It
of
was
went
just
overboard
generic
there.
like chocolates that they sell at like the dollar store.
All right.
And it's just like the dude went like super hard, really fucking fast, and I was not comfortable. And thank freaking God he made the breakup easy, quote unquote breakup. We weren't even fucking dating, but like, after that, after I told him to slow the fuck down, our talking started to slow down. Like, we weren't just conversating regularly anymore. He after class, he brought me into the hallway and was like, I can't remember if it was before or after class, but sometime he brought me out into the hallway, and he said, and he looked me dead in the eye and was like, you want to break up with me, don't you? And I was like, you know what? Kinda. I'm sorry, but it's just I can't handle this. And then that's the end of that
At least
story.
you're on the same page.
No, he didn't break up with me. He was he very defeated and insecurely just looked me in the eye and was like, you want to break up with me, don't you? It's just I do. I do, absolutely.
At least you were finally on the same page. He understood your feelings.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if that isn't love, I don't know what is.
It wasn't.
What about you?
No.
I
What about
felt
you,
nothing
Tom?
towards him.
Well,
Okay, what about
not for you.
What about you, comic? Any insane stories like that?
Jeez. One time somebody found my Skype ID and started talking to me, and like the second or third thing they posted was a nude, and I had to block that contact and just forget that.
Oh
ever
my
happened.
god.
Oh damn!
Okay, that wow, that makes our stuff sound
Somebody
like
thought
small-
you were
small things.
really cute.
I don't even know if they knew who they were talking to.
Wow.
Holy shit!
Okay, I think you win.
You win. You absolutely
That's like
win.
Hey, at
that
least
was
you're
a short story,
least
but
you're
you win.
I don't win. I mean, aside from the fact that it is yikes story, it's it's short, it's boring, it's at least you guys had full freaking diet treatises on your things. It's like me, it's just someone sent me nudes and I had to block them. That's it. I can sum up the story in one sentence. What was that?
Hey,
Oh my god, my dad. You guys know about my dad? He's the pastor. And he was very, very, very much posting scriptures and stuff on his Facebook page and all that. And this woman friended him, and of course he friends everybody because he's one of those pastors that witnesses to everyone.
oh boy.
And they were talking in the DMs. He was talking about how she appreciates him and how much she loves Jesus and God and all that.
Oh
and,
no.
And he was like, oh, I'm so happy. And she was like, yeah. You want to see my tits? Almost immediately.
That escalated quickly.
I think
She gave him a preview of her huge cleavage, and he was like, nah, I'm a man of God. I'm kind of done with that stuff. I don't wanna.
I think the world has taught me to spot red flags, because I spot that as soon, I appreciate you and I love Jesus, oh no.
No.
Red alert. I think I saw something about this in the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
No one ever sent me nudes. I think I once got it was someone from my high school saying that they commented on my YouTube video, and they used my first name, which I had not announced on my channel yet, and
Well, you
said,
did use your real name for one of your books, though.
yeah, not okay, not at that point though.
Okay.
And they said, first name, I want your virginity. And I'm like, okay, I don't think I want to find out who this is. I'm just gonna block him.
Yep, and end of that story right there. I know it's already 9 o'clock, but I'm just gonna finish up this hair and then we'll go ahead and close out.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I forgot about this. I think someone also, like, I left my calculator on a bench, and then when I turned it back on, it said something like, I'm watching you or something. Because it's one of those calculators where you can actually put in letters. I just
The
deleted
graphing
that.
calculator?
Yes, I just deleted that and moved on. I don't even remember what the message said exactly. It's like, okay, bye.
All right.
Later.
I would be that boring. Okay, it's like if we were in that horror movie and I picked up the phone and some creepy voice went on, I'd just be like, wrong number, bye, or like I got a creepy message, like, okay, and I throw it away.
It's like that
I'd be
ass.
that boring
It's like that Astif movie skit. This is a robbery. Da, 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 da.
Oh boy, I'm getting tired anyway. Yeah.
All right, hair's
Oh my
almost.
gosh.
The hair is almost done.
And they're all and they're both in bathing suits.
Yeah, I'll get clothes on them next time when we return to all of these shenanigans, because I want to get some nice.
They look cute that way though.
Huh?
They look cute that way though. With the black bathing suit thing.
I don't think this would be the bathing suits that they'd wear though. I definitely put Josephine in something with a sarong wrap. Actually, wait, no, that's too modern. Sorry, my bad. that's the old version of the universe where it's like everything's modern day. No, everything's in 1920s inspired while still being modern day. Now I'll figure something out. Though Dorothy probably would wear the old-timey striped bathing suit kind of dealio.
Aw.
Different
Different topic. If you wanted to color your hair, what color would it be?
Right, maybe they're more like dance leotards or something.
That seems about right. Dance, baby, dance.
Fizzy says different topic. If you wanted to color your hair, what color would it be?
Didn't you color your hair at some point?
I have. I've colored it several times. I've colored it purple. I've had blue bangs. I've also had teal hair.
What color was your hair? Like that one BronyCon, like where was that when your hair was blue or something? I'm trying to remember.
Are you talking about the most recent one, the 2019
No,
one?
when you were on the the one when you were on the panel. I think your hair was blue or something. I want to say
Was
blue.
it?
I don't know. You know what?
I think that was it. I think that was when I had my natural hair color.
Was it red?
No. It might have seemed red because I was wearing a cosplay that was red.
Oh, I don't know.
I think I'd probably want to do some big pink Markiplier floof. Just take a portion of my curly hair and just make it all pink.
I don't like the idea of dyeing my hair. I like it the color the way it is. But plus, my mom and grandma do it every single month, and it annoys me. I'm like, you're not exactly setting a good example here. Like, Mom, for like, oh, appearances and everything. You go to the beauty salon every freaking month to color the gray in your hair.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's a double standard.
well, I
It's a
mean,
double-
there's a difference between beauty isn't everything, but also wanting to feel good about yourself.
Yeah, I know.
Like
but look, if you want to dye your hair, fine. It's just I've seen my mom and grandma do it way too many times.
Besides, it's more fun when people do it in weird, outlandish colors.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No, I'm just worried I wouldn't get my natural hair color back.
You'll get it back. It's not. It's not gonna damage your follicles or anything. It'll just change your hair color.
I still don't wanna.
Yeah. Currently I have my hair bleached, like really light. Like she straight up used this freaking goopy stuff that strips the pigment. It's that light. and I really freaking like it. And my hair is currently getting the roots, and it still looks like my hair color, so it's great. I really like it this blonde. I'm gonna get it this blonde again.
All right. Well, that'll close us out for this time. Glad to see them in full living color. But thank you. Your hair's been damaged. Aww.
Aww.
All right.
My hairdresser knows how to bleach my hair without damaging it, and I'm really thankful for that.
All right, yes, it is the end of the stream. I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you, DF, and thank you, ZD. And
You're welcome.
And thank you, Lemon, as well. And thank you for all the wonderful people out there in internet land yet again. I love you guys. You guys are wonderful to be here. Come back Friday. We will not be doing a stream, but we will be playing Among Us. All right, but until then, I want y'all to take care, stay safe, and be kind in all you do. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
DF